At the end of the tournament between Universe 6 and 7, a beautiful angel from Universe 11 was watching Goku with a lot of intrigue, because the power he possessed was abnormal, because even for the legendary assassin Hit, he was 1,000 years old, and despite this, he could be considered a prodigy, unlike Goku, who could be considered a god of the highest rank. The power of that Saiyan's incredible! I'm not able to comprehend the power it can reach. Goku, upon returning from the tournament, would be affected by the excessive use of power. However, the god Beerus was very thoughtful, because with the technique called Kaioken, Goku was able to give him battle, and even it crossed his mind that he could lose. No, I don't have to let Son Goku stay alive. I can't let him be able to humiliate me. The god of destruction of Universe 7 was very thoughtful because he wanted to get rid of Goku. However, he would be taken out of his thoughts by his angel Whis. Mr. Beerus-sama, are you sure what you're thinking? How the hell do you know what I'm thinking? Don't forget, Mr. Beerus, I'm your teacher, so I know everything that goes through your mind. Okay, Whis, I'm afraid of Son Goku's progress, and for that very reason, I want to banish him from Universe 7. I completely understand your point of view, Mr. Beerus, but to be honest, getting rid of Mr. Goku will be the best decision you can make. Really, Whis? Where did you come to that conclusion from? Mr. Goku is my best disciple, but in the same way, if you have noticed, all the enemies are always thanks to the same Mr. Goku. You're right, Whis. I won't think much about it so much. Let's head right now to the planet Earth. Both deities quickly made their way to planet Earth, prostrating themselves in front of Goku, who had arrived from his great fight against Black Goku. Mr. Beerus, long time no see! Goku, I'll be straight with you. I want you to leave the whole Universe 7. Even if your friends and family don't tell you, you're responsible for everything bad. Goku would be left very confused, while in the same way a few tears fell from the Saiyan. A mental slingshot would be sent to Vegeta. Vegeta, let's finish with Son Goku, so you'll be the #1 in the whole Universe 7, and I promise to give you special training. Vegeta, out of his thirst for power and the anguish of never having been #1, would throw himself against Goku, who, not having his guard up, would be thrown hundreds of meters. Vegeta, without waiting for Goku to recover from the blow, would begin to grant hundreds of blows to the Saiyan, who did absolutely nothing to defend himself. Die, Kakarot! I hope you're able to find peace. Since on planet Earth we were never able to find peace because of you. Vegeta's great attack would be directed towards Goku, who, at that moment, would react. All his hair would turn a pink color, while his divine energy had risen to the highest. Damn worm! Doesn't matter that you proclaim yourself the Prince of the Saiyans. You're just another trash! One more worm! Vegeta angrily rushed against Goku, but this time Goku would use the same technique of Black Goku, cruelly piercing Vegeta's chest, getting the Saiyan Prince back to his base state and on the verge of death. Goten and Trunks, observing how Goku had mortally wounded Vegeta, both children merged intending to attack him. But this time, Goku mercilessly was able to knock them out with only the pressure of his power. Damn worms, I sacrificed my life for you, and all you did was turn your back on me. I swear I'll kill every one of you. Beerus would take a step forward. Son Goku, you better go. I appreciate that you helped us beat Universe 6, but from now on, this is no longer your universe, and if you refuse, I'll destroy you. Beerus, you remember this day forever. I swear I'll end your life. Goku would disappear from the place, going to the mountains, in which he would begin to release thousands of tears. In the same way, his heart began to fill with evil. Margarita from Universe 11 was able to observe everything that happened, would arrive quickly with the Saiyan putting herself in front of it. Goku would quickly put himself in a battle pose. I don't know who you are, but I swear I'll destroy you if you come near. Goku would be surprised to realize that she was a woman very similar to Whis. Who are you? What are you doing here? As far as I understand, there's 12 gods, so in the same way there are 12 angels. You are very well informed about the rulers of the 12 universes. I want to offer you another opportunity, Saiyan. The opportunity that you are free. The opportunity that you have a new beginning. For what? If everywhere I go I always cause problems, I'll destroy everything. You are wrong, Saiyan. From my point of view, thanks to you, planet Earth has been saved several times, so you shouldn't worry or feel that way. I really appreciate your words, but I really don't feel anything. I don't know where I belong. Even my family has turned their back on me. Saiyan, come with me and be a part of Universe 11. I promise you won't regret it. Goku would observe the whole place where he was growing up, realizing that he no longer had anything to do on Earth or in Universe 7. I promise to protect Universe 11 as my new home. In that case, it'll be better to leave this universe right now. Both would go to the planet of the god Belmod, which was very similar to the planet of the god Beerus. However, Goku's gaze would change into one of more enthusiasm, because in that universe, the power of extremely powerful beings could be perceived. Wow, the power of the warriors of this universe is incredible! I can't believe it! And that's nothing, Mr. Goku, because the power of our most powerful fighter called Jiren is able to even defeat our destroyer god. Goku'd be shocked and would say to himself, "This is my new beginning, and I'll make myself too powerful to be able to completely crush the Beerus trash." Margarita would take Son Goku with her god of destruction, who would be very confused. "Margarita, who is this Saiyan?" "My lord, this Saiyan is the most powerful warrior in the Universe 7. The god Belmod would give a big laugh because the power that Goku gave off was not at all hostile. He seemed to have the power of a simple mortal. The damn Beerus. It was always characterized by being a bum, but I never thought that his most powerful warrior would be garbage like this. Goku, a little upset, would give a step accessing the Super Saiyan God, which left Belmod very surprised, because his power multiplied millions of times more. "Do you want to have a battle with me? For us to check if I'm really weak?" Belmod would take the battle position very seriously, so he would approach Goku. "I owe you an apology. Your power is really great, but I'd never shy away from confrontation. I'll make you shatter." Both warriors took their distance, but instantly in the same way at sinister speeds, they began to hit each other all over the place. That's right, the power of both warriors seemed to be very equalized. But something in highlight was that while Belmod connected blows in Goku's body, his power did not decrease in the slightest. It was the quality of the Super Saiyan God, Belmod, was able to connect a powerful blow in the stomach of the Saiyan, which would send him to a part of his planet to crash. "You're a powerful Saiyan, but it's time to show you who really rules." Belmod would use 100% of all his power, with which his power and speed had increased in an unreal way, being so much that even on this occasion Goku's regeneration was not enough, since Belmod's blows were so powerful that his body was not able to withstand them. "You are powerful. You'll be of great help throughout the Universe 11. I haven't been defeated yet. Now I'll show you my maximum power." Goku would access the Super Saiyan Rose, which would form great disasters throughout Universe 11, being so powerful that even on this occasion, his power was so beastly that Margarita herself would use a part of her power to place a barrier protecting the entire Universe 11. "I can't believe that a mortal besides Jiren has all this power. It's amazing." Goku, without waiting for Belmod to react, with his great speed, he was able to surprise Belmod with a powerful blow, which made him vomit too much blood, while he felt that everything in his body was crumbling. "I've been able to defeat the god of Universe 11. Saiyan, you are very powerful, but like you, I've never used all my power. So this time I'll show you the power beyond a god, the power that you will never be able to crush." Belmod instantly would begin to access his maximum power, with which he would accede to a transformation never seen by a god. Only Margarita had knowledge of this great appearance, since her appearance would change drastically, to which we have always seen since the appearance of Belmod would form a complete beast. I've never liked using this form, because the appearance is horrendous. But for powerful beings like you, I have no alternative. So get ready. Goku would put himself in a battle pose, but it would be in vain. Since he was not also able to observe the fists that hit him, Goku would be sent flying, with hundreds of injuries all over his body. Flickering flash! Belmod's speed would triple, with which he massacred Goku in a matter of seconds, leaving him lying on the ground, not able to get up once more. My whole body hurts too much. So this is the true power of the god of Universe 11. You're the second to observe this form. Margarita would approach Goku, healing all his wounds quickly. Belmod would return to his base state, welcoming Goku. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of the Whole, Daishinkan was able to perceive a peculiar power in Universe 11. Oh, strange. Its power becomes known to me, to the power of the Supreme Saiyans, that it'll be better to go and investigate. Daishinkan would quickly go to Universe 11. However, he was not able to find anything strange since Goku's power was at rest. Meanwhile, in Universe 7, Beerus had kept his word since he was granting a training worthy of a god of destruction to the Prince of the Saiyans. I hope you're the most powerful warrior, Vegeta. Of course I'll be Mr. Beerus. I'd love to know where the Kakarot insect is located, to destroy it with my own hands. It is a good question, since Mr. Goku has completely disappeared. Returning with Goku, his outfit has changed to a black one similar to Black, because the pure heart he possessed had been destroyed, and Margarita had helped with that change. I'm ready. Now I'll release all of my power to start with this big training. At the moment that Goku released his power, Daishinkan was able to feel a much greater power, because he had obtained a powerful Zenkai. Daishinkan, with his great speed, would quickly reach the planet of Belmod, being surprised to feel the very essence of the Supreme Saiyans, remembering how the power of one of them was able to end the life of his father, Daisuke-sama. Daishinkan, without warning, had thrown himself against Goku to end his life, but Margarita would get in the way. What's the matter with you, father? Margarita, we must end the life of that Saiyan, because in his veins are the power of the Supreme Saiyans. He is a threat. He's no threat. I won't let you end Son Goku's life. You didn't live in the same time as the Saiyan gods, so for that reason you don't understand anything. But finish with that dirty mortal right now. You only do that only when he passes my dead body. Goku was surprised to realize how a person whom he had known for so long was able to give his entire life for him. I don't know what the hell happened, but I'm not gonna let you die because of me, Margarita. But all the beastly power of Belmod would be felt all over the planet, just like Jiren's power. That's right, Belmod has quickly communicated with his most powerful warrior and instantly a lightning bolt that would strike Margarita's forehead, which was the sign from her god. If Daishinkan-sama wants to end this Saiyan, it must be for something, but Daishinkan's presence radiates evil. Margarita, go to the angelic dimension. But my lord, you'll not be able to do anything against my father. You're wrong. We'll be the distraction. I know they'll be able to get out of that place. Margarita, with tears in her eyes and with all her power, was able to create a portal to an alternate dimension. Daishinkan, realizing this, would try to stop them, but both would enter quickly. Now it's just us against you. Meanwhile, in the dimension, Goku was crying because another place was attacked. Goku was not able to withstand his anger, releasing a power that shook everything around him. The incredible power that Goku was releasing was a bestiality, accessing the Super Saiyan Rose full power. The power that Goku gave off would leave Margarita very surprised, which, with her great power, was able to move towards Goku, and with a great blow, leave him out of combat. The power that Goku possesses is incredible. That's why it must be that my father wants to end his life. It's not an ordinary power. It's a destructive and gigantic power. Meanwhile, in Universe 11, Belmod and Jiren were very badly injured, and they wanted to face Daishinkan, but it was impossible for both warriors since Daishinkan looked like the tower that they could never overcome. Damn insects. Because of him, I wasn't able to end that damn life Saiyan. You've never met Son Goku, but I'm sure you'll pay for all this, since we haven't done anything to offend them. Don't worry, Jiren. I've never seen Daishinkan worried. That means Son Goku's power is something incomprehensible to us. Make no mistake, mortals. The power of that Saiyan is still insignificant aside from me, but I want to end his life before he wakes up all his power. Both warriors, with their last energies, tried to throw themselves against Daishinkan, but it was in vain, since Daishinkan at that moment, with a few blows, was able to take Jiren's life, sending him flying to a planet while he would observe Belmod with a very serious look. You, being the second most powerful god, have been able to turn your backs on us. No one will be able to save you, and die knowing that no matter what happens, I'll finish with those damn. Daishinkan quickly, with a sphere of energy, would pulverize Belmod, and instantly he would rise to the top of entire Universe 11, and of a large sphere of energy, he was able to reduce that entire universe to simple dust of space. Zeno-sama must not find out about this, so he better make a simulation of the whole Universe 11. Daishinkan, with his great power, was able to simulate the entire Universe 11. Returning to the Kingdom of the All, however, he was very thoughtful, knowing that the Saiyans had no limit sum. No, it's just stupid. They'll never be able to get out of that dimension. Returning to the dimension, Goku had been able to regain consciousness, while Margarita was very thoughtful about everything that had happened. My head hurts, but Margarita, where are we? What is this place? I feel like my body is as heavy as a planet. The dimension is known as the dimension of the fallen gods. Fallen gods? That's right. The fallen gods could not be erased by the great Zeno-sama, so he decided to create this dimension to seal them for all eternity. Apparently you know a lot about us to be a simple angel. That's interesting. One of the daughters of the great priest is in this place. What happened? I'm dying of curiosity. But how is it possible that there are only 2 fallen gods, if the eliminated universe were 6? Oh, that. I'll explain that to you in 2 simple words. Total destruction. That's right. The total destruction of this dimension left the 4 gods lifeless. Since Akumo and I tried to exploit this whole place, but it turned out to be impossible. Goku would be very surprised to realize how the warrior named Akumo had a Saiyan similar appearance of his. Are you a Saiyan like I am? I thought the Saiyans existed only in Universe 6 and 7. I'm the universe of the Saiyans, and I'm of Universe 18, which was once the most powerful universe in this entire multiverse. I'd like to have a fight with you, since I want to see how much separates me from your incredible power. You leave me amazed with your determination. Why don't you know how to measure power? Sure, but I'm not able to measure it exactly, since I feel like your power, it grows to incredible levels, but equally, it decreases rapidly. So you've been able to realize that detail. Okay, I'll have a match with you. Goku, knowing that the warrior in front of him was a very powerful warrior, would not trust himself and would access the Super Saiyan Rose full power, which left Akumo a little surprised. So, you possess the Divine Key. It's a pity that you aren't fully awakened. That Divine Key is incomplete. I don't understand what you mean, but with this power, I'm sure I'll be able to stand up to you. You have high expectations in your power, so don't let me down. Goku, with the speed of lightning, rushed against Akumo, but Akumo, with a much higher speed, was able to grant him the first blow, making Goku fall to the ground, which, at the moment of standing up, large amounts of blood would come out of his body. That's right, a simple blow of the first Saiyan had been so powerful as to almost knock out Goku. Yeah, that hurt me. How powerful are your punches? Not even the god Belmod struck with such ferocity. Don't compare me to a simple god. My power goes beyond far the power of the simple gods of destruction. Goku, with his great determination, would stand up, raising his power to the maximum. Hundreds of rays were created all over the place, but without destroying the dimension, Goku threw himself again against Akumo, who this time began to exchange hundreds of blows. But in each exchange, Goku was seriously injured, since Akumo's blows, apart from being powerful, were able to cut the veins that connected with the energy flow. Goku would be sent to the ground, creating a large crater. What's going on? Is that all you got? I thought you were much more powerful. I'm not defeated yet. Don't think that I won't be able to hit you. Even if my power explodes, I'll make it. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but that for you right now is impossible. Because if we compare our powers, it's comparing heaven and earth. Goku, without listening to Akumo's words, would throw himself again and again. No matter how many times he was knocked down, he would get back to his feet. While Goku was beaten, an idea would pass through his mind. I have to use the Kaioken. It's my only option. I'm not gonna let him make fun of me. Goku would fall to the ground, again getting up very injured. You're powerful, but now you'll receive a blow from me. I don't care. Explode in the process. I'm the mighty Kakarot. Goku, with lightning speed, began to move. Again, with those pathetic speeds, you'll be able to do anything against me. Kaioken played 200 times. the speed of Goku would explode, being able to move even through space-time, appearing in front of Akumo, who would receive that beastly blow, being set to fly millions of kilometers. Since he was dragged by a big dragon, Goku would fall to the ground out of combat, while Akumo would increase his power to destroy the technique, but was surprised when he used 20% of all his power, he wasn't able to destroy it. Damn, this hurts. Go away, trash dragon. Akumo would expel his powerful aura, disintegrating the dragon completely, and would quickly return to the battlefield while watching Toa with a big smile. I can't believe that the mighty Akumo's been beaten, and apparently he was even able to make you bleed. That's right, because at that instant, a large amount of blood would expel out of Akumo's mouth. Hell, the damage he did to me wasn't that much, but not being used to receiving this kind of injuries after millions of years, my resistance is weakened. And Akumo, with his great energy management, was able to fully recover, while Margarita would stand by Goku's side. Now that you've defeated him, what are you going to do with us? Don't worry, as they saying. She has potential, but trust us. How did an angel like you end up in this place? Margarita was much calmer, since she was able to realize that both fallen gods had no evil. She would tell them everything that happened with the great priest. Supreme Saiyans? I've never heard that term before. Do you even know what your Akumo's referring to? That must be a bad joke from Daishinkan. Since the Supreme Saiyan, it's impossible. It was even listed as a fairy tale. But what do you mean by that? Since I understand absolutely nothing. The power of the Supreme Saiyan, it's said that he was able to awaken it, the Saiyan of the Multiverse 1, which was even able to become a king of the whole, since the power offered by that transformation is of another level. That means that if Goku has the power of the Supreme Saiyan, he'd be able to defeat you. Indeed, but it's pure fiction, since nobody would be able to withstand such amounts of energy. It's practically impossible. But everyone was surprised, since an extremely amazing power was able to be felt all over the place, and even make it a little darker. Lightning were falling from the place, while Goku's body seemed to be undergoing a transformation, which Akumo would recognize quickly. But if that transformation is the Super Saiyan 3, but he mixed it with his transformation rose. But Akumo, is the power of a Saiyan 3 capable of reaching this limit? No, of course not. What is happening to him? But Akumo was totally wrong, because at that moment Goku's hair would return to normal, but he was able to access a state far beyond Ultra Instinct, as he was known as the Ikari, while his hair was a purple color similar to the power of destruction. What's going on? I'm not able to breathe. Meanwhile, in the mind of Goku, the King of all Saiyan would be present. You don't have to feel bad, son Goku, since you've never belonged to this multiverse. For that reason, the excess of your power in your body runs through the whole essence of we, the Supreme Saiyans. Have I been able to expel all this power? I can't take it in. It's the power that by birth you have, but you must be able to control it, because while you're talking to me, your body is fighting with all your friends by simple inertia. That's right, when Goku's body finished expelling all that power, he threw himself against his friends. Starting to have a great battle with both fallen gods, Toa would be able to first receive a powerful blow, which was even able to cause him an abysmal damage. Akumo, observing this, without trusting himself, would access his legendary state. Goku, I don't want to hurt you. Please, react. Goku, without any control, would begin to exchange blows with Akumo, but on this occasion, Akumo was not able to do absolutely anything, since his power was below Goku's power, but the instant Toa joined the fight, they were able to equalize it a little. How can I take control of my body? I don't want to end the lives of my friends. You have to be able to form one with yourself, your essence, your power, and your mind. Meanwhile, Goku put on a very serious look, lowering his guard completely, which both gods would not miss. But at the moment of approaching from Goku's back, a dark giant would appear, starting to massacre both gods. That's right, Goku unconsciously was able to master his aura of death completely, being able to massacre them. Both fallen gods, they would fall to the ground, very badly injured, and on the verge of death. I don't intend to let my legacy end here, let alone without having avenged that damn Zeno-sama. Akumo would begin to increase his power, even exceeding his body. Since blood would come out of his whole body, Akumo, without thinking 2 times, threw himself against Goku. Holding him tightly and without wasting time, would create a big explosion. Akumo would fall to the ground very badly injured, while Goku, despite having multiple wounds, would start walking towards Akumo. Well, apparently this is the end of me. But in front of Akumo, Margarita would appear. Goku, please! It's me! I knew you must be somewhere in your mind. Don't do something you will regret. Goku, when observing Margarita fixedly, would fall to the ground out of combat, while Margarita would begin to heal both fallen gods. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Everything, Daishinkan would still be very badly worried about what happened in Universe 11. It'd be better to be prepared. Demonic Angels and leader, Mikoshin, I ask for your calling in the Kingdom of the All. As you order, Daishinkan-sama. The demonic angels had arrived in the Kingdom of the All, along with their leader Mikoshin. Great Daishinkan-sama, inform us, what is the mission this time? Mikoshin, and the leader of the demonic angels, who even have a power similar to mine, I want you to look for any 3-dimensional openings in the 11th universe. Understood. Any specific fallen god? Since to look for a 3-dimensional opening is only to find the dimension in which the gods were sealed. No, I want you to look for my daughter Margarita from Universe 11, and next to her is a Saiyan. I want you to bring me the head of that Saiyan. Don't do anything to my daughter, just bring her to me. As you ordered, Daishinkan-sama. Mikoshin, along with 2 demonic angels, left to the whole Universe 11 in search of some trace of the angel. Meanwhile, in Universe 7, Vegeta's power had risen in an incredible way, even being able to face Beerus at his maximum power. Have you become very powerful, Vegeta, but you still lack the power to defeat me. Thank you for your training, Mr. Beerus, but I wish to go visit Earth and my family. Okay, Vegeta, don't forget that you'll always be welcome on this planet, because thanks to you, we were able to end the threat throughout Universe 7. Whis, take it to Earth. As you ordered, Mr. Beerus. Whis would quickly take the Prince of the Saiyans to planet Earth, but when he arrived, he would be surprised, as he felt how Gohan's power had risen in a great way. Gohan, have you been training? Of course, yes, Mr. Vegeta. But since my father left this universe, nothing has happened. But we must be prepared in case of any threat happens. I doubt very much that any threat will appear. But what do you think if we have a combat to see of the 2 is more powerful? Haha, I find that interesting, Mr. Vegeta. Gohan, without trusting himself, would access the Beast Mode, which left Vegeta surprised. However, Whis would be put on a very serious look. Gohan's power is incredible despite not having any training like Mr. Vegeta's. His power does not lose. Vegeta, in the same way, when feeling all the beastly power of Gohan, he would access the Ultra Ego. Whis, with his great power, he would create a barrier through Universe 7, and without wasting time, both Saiyans launched themselves against each other. Meanwhile, in Universe 11, Kuda, one of the demonic angels, was able to find a small extortion in space-time. Mikoshin-sama, we found a small distortion in this entire space-time, which apparently is able to enter the dimension in which the fallen angels were sealed. Excellent, but before entering, I'll put a news stamp, in case one of those fuckers gets away. Mikoshin, with his great power, would begin to create a high-powered demonic divine seal. Upon completion, it would be spread through the Universe 11. It's ready. Now, if we can get into this distortion. The demonic angels, with their great power, were able to enlarge the distortion, managing to enter said dimension successfully. At the moment, they were able to observe Margarita and, in the distance, the Saiyan fighting with 2 fallen gods. Ha ha ha! This would be a piece of cake. It's an extremely easy job. There are only 2 fallen gods, and the power of that Saiyan's really low. Akumo would notice 3 new subjects, but coming face to face, he was not able to recognize any. Who are you guys? And how did they manage to enter our dimension? Do they even want to die? Ha ha ha! Don't make me laugh. You don't have the necessary power to be able to defeat us, so better keep quiet. Akumo, a little annoyed, he was about to throw himself against that guy, but Mikoshin, with the simplest palm of his hand, was able to make him kiss the ground. That's right, Mikoshin's simple slap seemed to have the weight of 100 planets. What the hell is this? I'm not able to move at all. The power of this girl's incredible, but how is it possible that I have all this strength without having so many muscles? Honey, you better obey if you want to stay alive. Daishinkan, you sent us for that Saiyan and for that angel, so you guys can stay in this place. Were they able to open the dimension in which we were sealed? Of course we could. The difficult thing was to find the point, but our power is not below the power of Daishinkan, so we're capable of this and more. Mikoshin would begin to approach Goku, who was also lying completely on the ground, because Mikoshin's simple pressure didn't allow him to move at all. What is this feeling to death? I can't even move. It's amazing how I feel it crushes me. You don't even have the necessary power to stand up. This has been the easiest mission we've ever had, Kuda. Don't let the angel get away. Of course not, Mikoshin-sama. Kuda would teleport behind Margarita, giving her a slight blow which made her fall to the ground. Oh, I'm sorry. Thought she was more powerful. She didn't die with that little blow I gave her. Goku, witnessing how that guy had hit Margarita, his Supreme Saiyan power would be present again. But this time, Goku was able to have consciousness. The power that Goku released at once was able to send the three gods flying, because at the moment, Goku would throw a large sphere of lightning energy, which covered the fallen gods while Goku approached Margarita, carrying her in his arms. Don't worry, Margarita. I'll never allow those damn worms to do anything to you. They have to be able to finish me off first. Goku would put Margarita in a safe place, while she would stand in front of the three warriors. I don't know who the hell you are, but it'll be the day of your death here. I can accept that he wants to do anything to me, but to Margarita, I won't forgive you. I don't know where you've released all that power, but I'm not interested. We're demonic angels. Our power is incomparable for a being like you. Kuda launched himself against Goku, managing to grant him hundreds of blows in a matter of seconds. Goku would be sent flying, falling to a part of the dimension. Instantly, Kuda would start laughing. Vomiting large amounts of blood, Mikoshin at lightning speed would cut off his limbs and grant him some of his angelic energy. How were you able to do that? While Kuda was beating him, that Saiyan was able to inject through his fists an energy so powerful as to make him explode. That's right, if it wasn't for Mikoshin, Kuda would have exploded. I can tell you have little experience in battles, but that won't be enough to save their lives. They've awakened the Supreme Saiyan! The demonic angels launched themselves against Goku, while Goku, despite being outnumbered, was able to face them without any difficulty. Mikoshin would communicate with both telepathically. I want to be distracted. I'll use the cursed sealing technique. I'm not interested in having to sacrifice 25% of my life. I'll be able to absorb more souls. Are you sure what my lady is about to do? There's no turning back. That's right, because if we don't, this damn monster will kill us all. Both gods rushed against Goku with the intention of making time. However, both gods were humiliated. Goku would notice how Mikoshin's power increased to overwhelming scales of power. So even for Goku, it was an abysmal power. I don't know what the hell you want to do, but I won't let you gather all that power. Goku would dismember both demonic gods, and while they regenerated, Goku advanced in a straight line. No, Kakarot! That technique's very powerful, Sealing. Stay away! I don't know what you want to do with my technique, but it's already too late. It's in my attack range. Goku would triple his speed to try to get away, but it was impossible, since he would be sealed in a triangular-shaped technique. But that gradually began to encompass Goku's entire body. When you die, I will keep your essence and vitality to recover everything lost in this battle. However, at a certain point, the seal no longer shrank. That's right, hundreds of millions of blows that began to hit such a powerful seal. Despite the fact that Goku's arms looked shattered, it did not stop. Limb duplication! Supreme Saiyan! Goku's arms had doubled, with which, despite losing each arm, hitting that seal, there was still one of his arms. However, the seal also cracked, which would leave Mikoshin very surprised. I'll put my energy into this punch. The last blow of Goku was able to destroy the entire seal of the powerful Mikoshin, which would begin to panic. That's right, his divinative seal had been destroyed with incredible ease, and by a single warrior. Kuda, Shiva, don't run away, as it is cowardly to run away, and we've been totally overcome by this Saiyan. We will die standing. Goku, as he approached Mikoshin, regenerated with the essence of supreme power. Despite having a lot of energy, I can tell you have a great loyalty and your ideals are clear. How about joining us? To join you? Why should I do something like that? I'm able to realize that you are also an angel, but you have not been recognized as such by Daishinkan's garbage. That's why they call them demonic angels. Okay, I'll join, but there can only be no suspects or infiltrators. Mikosha would quickly turn, exterminating both gods in the blink of an eye. In case you haven't eliminated them, I would have done it myself. But since I'm able to realize how both gods were faithful servants to Daishinkan, unlike you, I don't know how long I've been waiting for this moment. The moment that I can finally finish that damn Daishinkan. I don't want to be from the shadows anymore. You'll never be from the shadows, so don't worry about that. You'll be one more companion and even one more family. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of the Whole, Daishinkan would notice how the life of two of the fallen gods had disappeared. Being very surprised, Daishinkan would begin to communicate telepathically with Mikoshin. Mikoshin, what happened? Were they able to find that Saiyan? How is it possible that two of the demonic angels have fallen? I've gotten tired of being from the shadows. I just want you to know that the next time you see me, I will end your life completely. The connection was lost, leaving Daishinkan furious. Damn good for nothing. Do you think you have the necessary power to stand up against me? I'm your father, you scum! Meanwhile, in Universe 7, the battle of both Saiyans had become very even, which would infuriate the Prince of the Saiyans, since the training Vegeta had received was with a god of destruction unlike Gohan's training. You have a great ability to increase your power, but in terms of experience, you're still a child. Right now, I'll defeat you. Don't trust yourself, Mr. Vegeta, because even if my father hasn't been a good father, I still have all the cells which allows me to overcome it every time. Damn insect, you think Kakarot'd be able to stand up to this power? Furious, Vegeta would raise his power much more. Mr. Vegeta is raising his power much more, and even he is not able to control it completely. So from this moment, he is at a total disadvantage. But at the moment of clashing their fists, a gigantic power would be felt by all the 12 universes, which even made both Saiyans kneel, forcing them to return to their base state. What's going on? My body's too heavy and I'm not able to move it at all. Gods and angels, this is an emergency. I need you to come to the kingdom of the great Zeno-sama right now. Whis would help both Saiyans recover and quickly leave in search of their god of destruction, to subsequently head to the Kingdom of All. All the angels, along with the gods, were heading to the Kingdom of All. Returning to the dimension, Goku would return to his base state. In about 1 week, we'll be able to get out of this pathetic place. I already have enough power to destroy this dimension. Goku, what are you planning to do when we leave this place? The fall of the divine world will begin. I begin to plan the revenge on everyone, and even I want to know the multiverse from which I come. In that case, we'll have to increase our powers much more, because according to legends, in that multiverse, the beings that were there are monsters. Don't worry, I'll still be on this fun trip. Ha ha ha! Get ready, Divine World, we're back. Goku, with a great confidence, he would release only 25% of all his power, but the power was tremendous. That's right, he was able to destroy the dimension in hundreds of small fragments. The big hole that had been created was able to allow them to leave that place, heading towards the Kingdom of the Whole, but before reaching the Kingdom of the Whole, a warrior would stand in front of them, which Mikoshin would immediately recognize. But if you're the fallen angel, the Archangel Yuki, has Daishinkan dared so much? Ha 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 ha! So you guys are the simple debris that I have to remove. Don't trust yourself, as we've finished with all the warriors they've sent. Be sure that you might not be the exception. Maybe you're right, and we'll only know that when our fists decide. Goku, despite his words, felt a little intrigued and would say to himself, the power of this warrior generates panic and anxiety in me. I feel that he's able to completely crush me. I don't want to be late with you, so I'll use my divine technique, Angelic Strokes. A great figure would be formed by all the universes, which on this occasion, despite the fact that Goku using the power of the Supreme Super Saiyan, it was impossible for him to dodge those attacks which with each of his blows were able to make Goku bend completely, while Goku received the beating of his life. He tried to come up with a plan. Damn, why am I not able to read his movements? He's treating me like I'm just a worm. Goku was not able to do anything, falling to the ground very badly injured and on the verge of death. His friends tried to oppose. Ball of darkness, explode and spread out. the great sphere of destroying of Mikoshin was absorbed by the power of those divine hands. The end of the warriors was inevitable. Although I have to give them the ancient scrolls of the king completely, it was a fair price, since Goku's power was to be feared. It even surprised mine. With this last attack, it'll be your end. Die! The last attack of those divine hands was heading towards all the warriors, but mysteriously a powerful warrior was able to stop such an attack, with only one of his hands without any effort. I don't know who the hell you are, but you've spoiled my hunt. Just for that disrespect, I'll end your life. Son Goku, you haven't fully unlocked the power of the Supreme God yet, but with me, you'll be able to do it. You could come with all your friends. Do you accept? I accept. I don't want to die without first making the divine world fall. I'm still very weak. Understood. Your damn cockroach stay with you. Domain expansion. Blood of the Infernals. Hundreds of angelic beings, as well as demonic, they began to torture Yuki, which, despite creating several explosions, was not enough. That's right, the difference in powers was something extremely absurd. While Raikon would leave with all the other warriors, and in space, his voice would likewise be lost. Today will not be your death, since Son Goku will personally take care of ending you. You will regret humiliating him. The domain of Raikon would be cut, to its bearer having crossed the megaversal barrier. Yuki, with too many wounds and bruises all over his body, had headed to the kingdom of the whole. Falling to his knees while blood was coming out of his whole body, Daishinkan, observing him in those conditions, was terrified. It can't be. It can't be. Son Goku's a monster. Can't believe that he left Yuki like that, the most powerful fallen angel. I'm not the most powerful fallen angel, but if one of the strongest, and that damn one has been able to crush me completely, I can't afford it. Daishinkan, with his great angelic power, would begin to restore each of Yuki's wounds, which, despite being with Daishinkan's support, were very complex to heal. What kind of power does that Saiyan have? How's he been able to cause wounds that not even a priest is able to heal easily? Son Goku, it's not who did these injuries to me. I was able to defeat Son Goku, but an unimaginably powerful being was able to save him, completely crush me. Daishinkan, when trying to ask him something else, it was impossible for him, because despite being with the help of Daishinkan, he would be out of combat. Who has the power to crush a fallen angel? If it was the fallen angels possessed all the power of the divine world, by not respecting the laws of the divine. Meanwhile, in a very distant multiverse, we can observe as Raikon, the first Supreme Saiyan, would arrive with all the others. Raikon would create a great pentagram, making all the warriors inside it quickly recover. Goku would stand up. I appreciate that you saved us. I could finally meet you in person since you only entered my mind. You're Son Goku. You're my last offspring, the last Supreme Saiyan who's able to break the universal barrier just like I've done. Are you sure about what you're telling me? I don't think I have the power to you tell me. Don't worry, that happens since you have been living with the wrong multiverse for all this time. But with my teachings, you'll be able to overcome all kinds of barriers. If you claim to be the ancestor of Goku and know him perfectly, tell us, how is it possible that he lived his whole life in the Zeno-sama multiverse? I'll explain. Millions of years ago, a great warrior between both multiverses almost ends with the annihilation of both multiverses, for which we both lost warriors, but we decided to separate, and we would only get back together for some universal extinction. But a Saiyan warrior named Kefura had become pregnant. When both Saiyans were on the battlefield, Kefura, without thinking twice, decided to use a divine technique, which was able to extract all the essence of a god, sending it anywhere in the universe. But being on the border of the multiverse of Zeno-sama, your essence was sent to a planet of the Saiyans. The rest, you all already know. So, Kakarot's parents, they were between life and death. For that reason, they decided to send Kakarot to another multiverse. It's not quite right, but it can be said that you're right. A mother would never allow her son to die, for her to be in wars. I appreciate you were able to grant me the knowledge about my parents. Now I'll try twice as hard and finish with those damn... don't worry, I have to worry. I personally took care of finishing those damn garbage. Please, I'm asking you. Teach me everything you know. Just like you, I want to be able to break my limits. You don't have to ask me, and I'll even help all your friends increase their powers so they'll be powerful warriors.
I understand. So, where do we start? What do I have to do?
Today it'll be better to rest, since my training's not easy at all. Meanwhile, in Universe 7, the deities were very thoughtful because after the meeting with the great Daishinkan, they knew that Son Goku was still alive. But the most terrified were Beerus and Vegeta. Damn! Even if the High Priest is nervous of Son Goku's power, we'll die without being able to do anything.
Mr. Beerus, please calm down. According to Daishinkan-sama, Yuki, the fallen angel, was personally ending Son Goku's life.
That's right, Mr. Beerus. Even though Kakarot's trash has too much power, I'm sure he doesn't have the necessary power to finish off the fallen angel. But everyone was surprised, even Whis, when Daishinkan had reported the defeat of the fallen angel to all the angels. Gods and angels, we are in a universal extinction war, so I ask you to be alert and train as much as you can. Whis, what has the High Priest reported?
Mr. Beerus, it will be better to train since the fallen angel has been defeated. We do not have the necessary information, but our father Daishinkan-sama, he's tending to the wounds.
My great Lord Zeno-sama, all this has been my fault, trying to end the life of a mortal from Universe 11.
Don't worry, Dai. From what I can observe, that mortal was even able to defeat a fallen angel. It'll be better to exterminate him before his power continues to grow.
That means that you, great Zeno-sama, will join the battle.
That's right. I didn't allow Raikon to take over millions of years ago, much less a mere mortal to come looking to annihilate the entire divine world.
Gods and angels, even the great Zeno-sama will join us in the battle, so prepare your equipos so that you'll be able to withstand great pressures of energy. All the gods and angels of all the universes were very nervous, but despite this, they all began to train, to have the ability to fight on the side of Zeno-sama. To fight alongside Zeno-sama, we have an incredible stamina, so that Zeno-sama will be able to use all his power without crushing us. You're correct, Mr. Beerus, but isn't there another more effective way to increase our powers?
Unfortunately, there's no way to increase our powers. You're wrong, Mr. Beerus. Of course there's a much faster way to increase our powers, but it is unorthodox.
What method are you referring to, Whis? We have to take a chance, because otherwise we'll all die.
Vegeta, you're right, but we have to take a risk.
I don't know which method it is which you're talking about, but we have to.
There's a very secluded place in all the 12 universes, which is known as the Infernal Mountains, in which we can increase the powers with 20 times more effectiveness. But in the same way, they are too dangerous.
Hellish Mountains? I don't know what they mean by that name, but I accept the challenge. You, Vegeta? Of course, Mr. Beerus. After we betrayed the Kakarot insect, I'm sure you won't want to leave us alive.
In that case, we'd better leave right now.
Yes, but before we go, let's take Gohan's insect, because his power is also incredible, and I'm sure you'll be able to exceed his limits.
They quickly went to the planet Earth, picking up Gohan, and immediately they would go to the ends of all the 12 universes, observing several mountains from which strong lightning falling.
Does this seem dangerous to you, Whis? You being an angel, there's nothing special about these mountains, they're just bigger than normal.
But Beerus would be hit by one of the lightning of the mountains, suffering great wounds all over his body. That's right, despite being a god of destruction and possessing one of the most resistant bodies, it had been impossible for him to withstand such a lightning. This is what I mean. The rays are even capable of bending the High Priest. That means that if we're hit by those lightning bolts, we'll hardly be able to survive. You are correct, since the power is so much. They can finish you with a single lightning bolt, so be careful. Each warrior would start training in a different part of the place, but in the same way that it was dangerous, the way to cultivate his power was much more effective, since even the Room of Time seemed to be child's play compared to that place.
It's extremely dangerous to train in this place, but the results are amazing.
Meanwhile, Goku's training had begun, which were very intense, despite Son Goku possessing the warrior body of a Saiyan, because the gravity was increasing by 1,000,000 times more than he was used to. This is too much. I feel like all my bones are completely pulverized. I could do absolutely nothing.
Well, you let a simple gravity end all your dreams. We Saiyans become much more powerful by wounds and bloodlust and hatred.
Raikon, you're giving all of us excellent training, but are you sure Son Goku can handle all that? I feel like you're overdoing it.
I appreciate your concern for Son Goku, but you're not Supreme Saiyans as we are in Nosotros, so don't worry. I'll make of Son Goku the most powerful warrior ever seen. Without warning,
Raikon would expel his maximum power. Raikon would expel a beastly power because he would realize, as a very powerful being, he was going to end the life of the goddess, who were in the place. Raikon, with his great speed, was able to save Tao and Margarita, while Mikoshin, being the most powerful, was able to dodge the attack. But despite this, he had suffered great damage. Goku, realizing all this, an incredible anger would begin to travel throughout his being. I don't have to allow him to transform, as he's not yet able to master the power of the Supreme Saiyan. Raikon was able to knock Goku out of combat, which would fall to the ground since while that a being would appear in front of everyone, leaving everyone very surprised since this guy was identical to Son Goku. But the energy he gave off was absolute evil, and his power much superior to Goku, who was unconscious. You have the face of Son Goku, but you're clearly not him, so confess. Who the hell are you, you fucking vermin? I am Kakarot, but from the Universe Zero. Universe Zero? What the hell are you talking about? The universe has never existed, Zero. Ha 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 ha. It doesn't make you curious to know why. Only universes count from the number 1, since the universe has always existed, Zero. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but I'll end you once and for all. Ha 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 ha! Raikon, the Supreme Saiyan, you understand absolutely nothing. You will not be able to do anything against our Universe Zero. In case you didn't know, I'm considered the Supreme Saiyan, the most powerful in all existence. Just as you compare yourself with the simple gods, it would be something very similar if you and I compared ourselves, since the power I possess, you would not be able to fill it, even if you trained for 1,000,000 more years. What are you implying? That you're much more powerful than me? Ha 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 ha! I'm not implying it. I'm affirming it. Since that pathetic scumbag like you will never be able to do something against me. I want to check that, miserable. Raikon, the blood has risen to his head, for which, with all his anger, he had rushed against that guy, but to his surprise, he'd be sent flying, not being able to observe the blow. Yeah, what happened? How was he able to hit me? I wasn't able to see anything. You're lucky. Now right now I don't intend to end your life, but I will give you 2 weeks so that you finish with everything you have pending, and we will form a tournament. A tournament? Maybe for what reason would I participate in your stupid tournament? It's simple. If you're able to defeat us, you'll save all the multiverses, but in case you refuse to participate or lose, we'll destroy everything created. Raikon was about to say something, but that warrior would disappear in a dark sphere of energy. Raikon would be very thoughtful, but he would vomit too much blood. What the hell just happened? How was he able to cause me all this damage? Raikon would concentrate a large part of his energy to be able to restore the damage, but it was very difficult for him since the energy he had used was one that Raikon had never seen. The energy is very strange. It's very much more destructive than the energy of the gods of destruction carry. Even the level of energy is compared to the energy of a king of all. Raikon, with a lot of effort, would be able to heal his wound, but the condensed power had been a brutality to be only a wound. Raikon, as he approached towards everyone else, would fall to the ground very weak. This is bad. What has happened to you? We must do something. That's right, Toa. It would be better to take Goku and Raikon to the rest so that they will be able to fully recover. Meanwhile, Margarita was in a very different dimension, since Raikon, realizing that Margarita would not be able to withstand the pressure of the battle, had sent her to a very different dimension. Meanwhile, in the Shadow Room, Akumo would be carrying out the most intense training of his entire life. Goku and Raikon are Supreme Saiyans. I always consider myself a prodigy. I feel like I'm a fucking scum next to them. But even if I have to try 3 times as hard, I won't stay behind them. Akumo would continue with his rigorous training, which consisted of mastering all of the legendary power, his divine essence, and likewise increasing his speed. On the other hand, of the 12 universes, the warriors of Universe 7 would be able to take their training to perfection, and the mountain storms are also called Mountains of Death. We have been able to obtain excellent results, but despite all this, we must try much harder, since the approaching war will be of incomprehensible levels. To think that we'll be able to fight on Zeno-sama's side to make me nervous, as the warriors of that they'll face will be very powerful.
Don't worry, Mr. Beerus. We're the most powerful warriors in all the universes. Nothing and no one will be able to defeat us.
Mr. Vegeta, are you sure about everything you're saying? Since I have a very bad feeling about everything that can happen.
Don't worry, Gohan. You and I have families we must protect, even at the cost of our lives.
Of course I do, Mr. Vegeta, but there's something I don't like about all this whole situation.
Meanwhile, in a castle far away from all the multiverses, Kakarot would be observed informing a being much more powerful than himself. So, Raikon, the Supreme Saiyan has been able to meet up with your counterpart. What fun.
Will it be no hindrance to your plans?
Don't worry, Kakarot, because no matter how hard they try, they'll be able to do nothing to us.
Do you want me to finish with my counterpart?
No, there is no problem. Anyway, if they win, they will still be alive. But it will be impossible for me to win against my demonic army. Returning to the multiverse, Raikon Akumo would begin to leave the dimension in which he was. But the moment he left, he would realize how parts of the place were very destroyed, as well as the power of Goku, and Raikon was extremely low. This wasn't a training. It was a multiversal level battle. To be able to even leave Raikon in that state, I better head to where they are. Akumo would quickly head towards the castle, being able to meet all the other goddesses. But the most worry was Margarita for Son Goku. Goddesses and angels, Margarita, tell me, what's happened?
A being very similar to my Goku. I arrived at this place, being able to give even battle to Mr. Raikon.
Do I look like the same as Goku? Are you sure of what you're telling me?
That's right, Akumo. I know it's hard to believe, but being identical to Son Goku was able to give battle to Raikon, and even put him out of combat due to excess energy.
Hell, everything smells of death. Something very serious is about to happen.
You are right, since that wretch has organized a tournament in which, if we lose or refuse to participate, it'll be our end, since we will be annihilated.
Damn, it's like I'm being used like I'm a fucking chess piece.
But we have no other choice, because if we refuse, we'll be completely annihilated. Meanwhile, Goku would be able to regain consciousness, waking up very confused, not knowing where he was. What is this place? Where am I?
Goku was very surprised to realize how even Raikon was on his side, and his power was extremely low.
Something bad must have happened, and the being who faced Raikon must have an overwhelming power to be able to leave him in these conditions.
Returning with the warriors of Universe 7, the angels, gods, and mortals of great powers would gather in the realm of the great Zeno-sama. I appreciate your presence. We are under enemy attack, and this is very unfavorable for us, since the power you possess, the enemy will face is incredible.
But Father, who can tell us who they are about?
It's not who, it's just one person who has been able to get an incredible power. But you must know, Whis.
Father, you are correct that I am an angel, but I have no knowledge of all the warriors of the 12 universes.
The warrior who has been able to overcome even the power of an angel is a Saiyan from Universe 7. His name is Goku, or also known as Kakarot.
Whis and Beerus were most surprised, as it had been too long that they did not know of Goku's whereabouts until today.
But Daishinkan-sama, this must be a misunderstanding. It's not possible that a simple Saiyan who doesn't even have the power to confront me has become a threat to all the universes.
I know it's hard to believe, God of Universe 7, but what Daishinkan's reporting is the right thing. We don't know how he was able to get that power, since it's impossible. In that case, what will we do if we have to fight against that Saiyan?
That is what I've requested your presence, because we need you to be a great power. However, at that moment, a gravity and pressure would fall on everyone present, bringing everyone to their knees without any expectation. That's right, it was Goku who knew that he needed the help of the 12 universes. Flashback. What did you tell me, Mikoshin? A guy who looks like me. He has organized a tournament, and if we lose, he'll destroy everything? That's right. 15 warriors can participate in the tournament, no matter from the universes they are. I know it's something you are disliking, Son Goku, but we need the help of the whole divine world, because if we don't do something, we'll die and share his fate.
You're right. I'll have to leave my thirst for revenge for the next.
Goku was starting to head towards the Kingdom of the Whole, as he would realize that all the gods and angels were gathered in that place. And flashback.
So long time, no hear from you guys. It's a surprise to me that you're still so weak.
Son Goku, what are you doing here? Have you come to finish us off?
I would love to finish with each of you, but it's not time.
Goku would stop releasing his pressure, but the moment Vegeta was able to move, he lunged at Goku. Being able to connect a big blow to his face, Goku, despite being in his base state, had not received any damage.
Vegeta, I don't want to end your life right now, so you better calm down.
Vegeta, with his pride shattered, he would return to the side of Beerus and Whis. Goku, at the moment of being about to report everything that happened, from the sky of the 12 universes, evil Goku had appeared in the middle of all the warriors prostrating in front of Goku.
So you're thinking of forming a team with the scumbags who betrayed you. You're so pathetic.
How is it possible there are two Gokus?
No, Sir Beerus, the Goku who just arrived possesses his key of an absolute evil. Even the evil that Black Goku possesses does not compare to the slightest with this warrior. Goku, when watching him fixedly, was able to notice how in his aura, hundreds of corpses could be observed. Goku, with a great fury, would access the state of the Ikari, changing his hair quickly to a purple color. The pressure, he was able to crush everyone present, even feeling that they were going to die this time. But they were surprised when observing how Goku, with that great power, would be sent to fly, colliding with a planet, destroying it in its entirety.
That's impossible. The planet with which Mr. Goku hid was a sacred planet. A planet that even I was not able to scratch. It was said to be indestructible.
Don't rush, you damn rat. I have come to inform all the gods of the tournament that was going to take place. But since I realized that you're in this place, I'll leave.
Goku, despite the great damage which he had received with just one of his punches, would try to stand up again, but blood was spreading from all over his body.
You are a somewhat tough guy, but they better increase their power since that hero only carried 30% of all my power.
Evil Goku would disappear from the place. Just like Goku, at the time of arriving at the multiverse of Raikon, he would become unconscious again, for which Tawa would inform everything about the Tonio that he would just take. So, your tournament in which we will define whether we live or die. Damn it! I'm not gonna die, and much less for a copy of Kakarot. The whole divine world was in a panic, because the great battle for survival was about to begin. That's right, all the gods and angels had received the same rules to try to raise their power to the maximum of their capacity. Gods and angels, apparently we will have to team up with the warrior we were going to face. This will be a massacre. But Daishinkan-sama, the power that the evil Goku possessed, was even able to destroy the sacred castle. How will we deal with that? That's the same thing I've been thinking. But we need to come up with a plan and put aside all our grudge towards Son Goku, as he's our best ally right now. Returning to the Raikon multiverse, he was very thoughtful in the possible warriors they could choose for the upcoming tournament. We'll have to use the Super Dragon Balls to ask for the help of legendary beings, who were the most powerful in their time.
Raikon, Goku's still not awake. We have made our ki flow in his body so that he recovers in a more effective way.
Don't worry, I'm able to feel Son Goku's power, and despite being stable, the damage his counterpart did to him was incredible, and he wouldn't wake up for several days.
Raikon, how's it possible that you're so calm? The threat coming at us is on another level. I've only seen you thinking.
I know it seems that you and I do absolutely nothing, but I'm meditating, so that my energy veins are able to withstand a greater load of power.
So everything that was said was true. For really powerful warriors, it helps to meditate to even become much stronger. I always thought that meditation was a waste of time, since we can only gain power with death battles, but I've been completely wrong.
Raikon would stand up instantly and start walking towards his castle, while his aura covered his entire body and a great pressure fell on everyone present. This is the power that beyond a super king at all. I'm ready for this great battle, but I'm not stupid as not to turn to the other powerful warriors. Raikon would disappear from the place. Indeed, Raikon was moving at an incredible speed towards the Kingdom of the Whole, arriving in a matter of seconds. That's right, the speed of the first Supreme Saiyan was incomparable, arriving and prostrating himself in front of Daishinkan. Daishinkan, we must leave our battle for another time, since the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and we have to work together to be able to survive. I agree with you, Raikon, but tell me, What do you have in mind?
We'll use the Super Dragon Balls to bring to life the most powerful warriors of all time.
But that'll be impossible for us, since the tournament will be in a week of Earth time, and we'll only be able to ask one of them for help.
Daishinkan, apparently you're not understanding me. We'll have to take risks. We'll use the Rings of Time to be able to bring all the warriors we need.
Raikon, I understand that we're on the ropes, but using the time rings will bring us much more trouble.
Damn, Daishinkan, don't you realize the danger we're facing? If those bastards manage to win that tournament, even all the timelines will be destroyed.
I understand, Raikon. It'll be whatever you say.
Both warriors quickly left in search of the Super Dragon Balls. That's right, Daishinkan had taken one of the sacred time rings that was guarded in the Kingdom of All. By gathering all the Super Dragon Balls, Daishinkan was able to summon the great god Zalma.
Tell me, what is your wish?
Great god Zalma, I wish you to bring to life the mighty Kirochi, the Saiyan kills gods. The eyes of the great Zalma flashed, so in front of them, a powerful warrior had appeared in front with a large brown fur all over his body.
The little Raikon has become a powerful warrior. If you have requested my call, it means that something very bad's about to happen.
That's right, Kirochi. We need all your power, and even the power of the other mighty warriors. Daishinkan, with the Ring of Time, he would travel to different dimensions on 3 different occasions, in which they got 3 powerful warriors in the same way, so they had returned to their...
Your Daishinkan keep training all the gods and angels, as we will need every drop of their energy. Understood. If the King of all Zeno-sama and I will team up, we'll have to bet everything on this damn tournament.
Raikon, along with the 4 warriors, returned to their multiverse, but the moment they arrived, Goku was very serious and thoughtful. However, as he was about to say something, one of the beings, the 1-star Super Dragon, had rushed against Goku, who with great difficulty was able to dodge his fist.
Damn Kakarot, you destroyed my entire universe, my family and friends. I swear I'll annihilate you.
The dragon would begin to exchange hundreds of blows with Goku, who, when cornered, would begin to defend himself. So the battle seemed very even. However, in each exchange of blows, Goku seemed to suffer great damage. Because the blows of that warrior were of an overwhelming power, the dragon, with a great lightning attack, was able to make him fall to the ground very badly injured. Damn! I'm sure this wretch is confusing me with my counterpart. The great warrior would throw a powerful sphere of energy towards Goku, who, without alternative, had accessed the power of the Supreme Super Saiyan. But on this occasion, several marks could be observed all over his body. That's right, Goku's power had been so great that it even overflowed his entire body, so the marks of a god of the highest level had appeared. The sphere of energy, when about to touch Goku, would evaporate by its simple pressure. I'm not Kakarot. That's my counterpart. He'll be the one we'll face, so you better calm down. The dragon, blinded by anger, had rushed against Goku, who, on this occasion, would be able to dodge each of his blows without any difficulty. That's right, Goku would begin to show who is in charge. Meanwhile, in Universe Zero, the most powerful and resistant universe, a great platform would be created in which the most devastating combat never seen would be...
Ryuk, I hope you're ready for your fall. For millions of years, we have remained under the shadows. But now we'll finish you no matter what you do. You will be destroyed.
My lord, from our team, how many warriors will participate?
Kakarot, there will be 3 warriors. You as the captain, Black Gogeta, and Evil Vegito. With them, it's all more than enough to defeat the whole divine world.
Ha ha ha. I agree with you, my lord. The rest are pure worms that are good for absolutely nothing. Returning to the big battle, Goku was able to knock out him of combat with a powerful blow on the back of his head.
You who are able to defeat by Kakarot, a being identical to this Saiyan, is his counterpart, and this time we'll face the same.
Raikon, Kakarot's power has no comparison, but it's possible to defeat him. But the real problem is the being that's behind Kakarot, a being who's never known defeat. This is impossible. Goku would start walking towards the warriors until he was in front of them. Nothing's impossible. Rest assured, I intend to end the lives of my cursed counterpart so that he no longer wreaks havoc on your universes.
Warriors, we plan to give our life in this tournament, and I'm counting on each of you to end this damn problem.
The last warrior of the subordinates of Raikon would quickly approach a big shadow, while everything around him seemed to change due to his simple power. The pressure he gave off, he was able to even kneel the supreme gods Akumo and Toa. I was able to face Ryuk, the being who's beyond those bastards, and if he can bleed, he can die. So this time he will end his damn empire.
The warriors stopped releasing such incredible pressure, so he allowed all the warriors to be able to move. Goku would go on search of Margarita.
Margarita! For the first time, I don't know if I'll be able to come back alive from this great battle. And don't worry, I'll always be grateful that you welcomed me into your universe.
Goku, I want to go with you. I don't want to lose you. Please.
Margarita, I'll do my best to come back, but I promise I'll leave all my power on the battlefield. Those bastards won't get away with it.
That's right, the 5 days that Kakarot had reported had already passed, so in the multiverse of Raikon, a large portal would be formed, entering all the warriors who would participate. That's right, even the warriors of Divine World were in that place.
I'm not gonna let myself be defeated by a copy of Kakarot. I'm gonna end all these miserable lives. I'll provide why I won the position as the most powerful god of all the universes. I'll crush all the warriors who they put in front of me.
All the warriors had reached the big track, but they were surprised to see only 3 warriors.
What kind of joke is this? Don't you have more warriors?
But before Kakarot's able to respond, from the background a powerful warrior would begin to approach the platform, which Yika would immediately recognize.
So rude, Ryuk. He's still in shape after these millions of years. What fun this will be.
Ryuk was also a little surprised to recognize Yika, remembering that he was the only warrior who had ever fought him in the past.
This will be very interesting. So they've turned to powerful warriors from different timelines.
Ryuk would explain the rules, which was only one. The warrior who dies will be disqualified and it'll be pitched battle. When Ryuk finished saying this, the trio and warriors launched themselves against the warriors of the Divine World, starting to fight with dozens of fighters. But despite being only 3 warriors, they were taking the advantage. Kakarot would retreat a few meters.
I better use all my power, as well as Gogeta and Vegeta doing, or I might get hurt badly.
Kakarot would begin to channel a large part of all his power, so his power would begin to grow in an incredible way. And with a few rays, Kakarot would turn his hair into a reddish color.
It's time to get rid of every one of these scum, so get ready!
The trio of warriors were able to end the life of more than half of the warriors, so the other half was a little afraid. But of all the warriors, the powerful Goku in the same way began to release an amazing power. That's right, the power that Goku was releasing had no comparison. Goku had access to Supreme Super Saiyan. With the power that he released, he was even able to overcome Raikon due to the marks that had appeared all over his body.
Even though I have to give up my life, I plan to end every single one of you murderers!
Goku, with his great power, was able to grant the first effective blow to Kakarot, which was able to make him bleed. Vegeta and Gogeta were about to interfere, but all the other warriors rushed against him while Ryuk was a little upset watching, as the beings he considered garbage were able to face his most powerful warriors.
What the hell's going on? How is it possible that they're able to stand up to my warriors?
However, among everything, the Yika battlefield, he was collecting all of his power, just like the power of the fallen warriors on the battlefield.
Damn, Ryuk, I know what your weakness is, and I was already dead. I'm not afraid to die again.
That's right, while all the other warriors were fighting, Yika was the last hope to give a great future to all the other universes. Ryuk, being very upset with his warriors, had now realized the incredible mass of energy that his enemy was collecting.
All of us will die here, but it's a pity that beings like you who say that they'll never know defeat die with us. Don't say stupid things. We won't be defeated by simple worms like you are. You don't have the necessary power to achieve it.
But all over the planet, energy exhaustions were perceived, and a gigantic power even made the trio of warriors fall to their knees, while Ryuk would have a lot of difficulty staying up on his feet.
Hell, whose power is all this? I can't believe it.
Yika would start walking because of such extreme power, she was not able to fly.
Yuki, today will be the day of the end of your reign, so it's okay to get ready. I have collected the energy of all the fallen warriors as well as all the 12 universes.
Instantly, a gigantic explosion would be created all over the place. Ryuk would try to flee, but Goku with his maximum power was able to hold him, which caused that the explosion turns to ashes all the warriors who were in a terrain of 1,000 kilometers. At the end of the explosion, no warrior of any side could be observed, and as if that were not enough, the planet that was said to be indestructible at the moment caused an explosion, having not withstood the previous explosion. Meanwhile, in Ryuk's multiverse, Margarita was able to observe as a great light spread in the distance,
and in his mind he was able to see Goku. Margarita, I'm sorry. I wasn't able to get back to your side. I want to be the new ruler. I know you'll be a great queen at all. Margarita would collapse, falling heavily to the ground. However, realizing how all the other warriors of the 12 universes did not have any ruler, she would stand up. It's not time for crying. I have to fulfill my Goku's last wish. Margarita had gone to the Kingdom of the All, taken the place of the Queen of the All, invoking the new gods for the care of the 12 universes. $70 million years ago, there was an unimaginable void without any life, when suddenly emerged a being which didn't know it was himself where he was.
What's going on? What am I? I can't see anything. What is this immense void?
What he didn't know was, until that moment, was that he was an omnipotent being who was going to create everything known as the universe. He would even create a whole multiverse full of different types of life in order to find at some point an individual who could match or surpass the strength of his son called Zeno-sama. In Zeno-sama's palace, 30 million years after the birth of Zeno-sama's father, he introduces himself to his son.
Zeno-sama, my son, you've grown strong and apparently you've become very powerful over the centuries.
Father, I've always felt that my existence has no purpose. I often get bored. Why did you bring me to life to be bored?
70 million years ago, there was a void from which I was created. As I grew, I developed powers and immeasurable strength. As a result of that, a need was born in me to find a being who could match or surpass your strength, to even equal my own greatness. That's why I created planets, galaxies, universes, and living beings of various species.
All this was created just so that I could exist?
Yes, my son. Every star, every life form, everything has a purpose. To prepare you to be the supreme god of all that I've created. You're the main reason for all my creation.
It's a heavy burden, Father. Why me?
Because in you, I see the true potential to rule in this vast cosmos. You are the hope to maintain harmony among the creations that have sprung from my being. You are the missing piece in this cosmic chest.
Father, all this that you tell me is an enormous responsibility. I don't know if I'm ready to be able to do it. What if I fail?
There is no failure, son. Your very existence is success. Every moment in your life has molded you into the supreme being that you are. I trust you will fulfill your destiny.
What about you, Father? What role do you play in all this?
My role is to guide you from the shadows, to watch you fulfill your purpose. Finding balance in the universe is a task that requires your leadership. I'll be here, in the darkness, watching you carry out the mission I have given you.
I understand, Father. Leave everything in my hands.
Thus passed centuries, millennia, in which Zeno-sama was guided by his father to govern the immense multiverse he had created for him, but now convinced of the purpose he had in his life. In the present time, 30 million years after the conversation that Zeno-sama and his father had, in one of the universes created by Father Zeno, on a planet called Earth, Kakarot and Vegeta were training together with Whis and Beerus after having faced very powerful beings. While they were training, the Earth was illuminated by flashes of energy. As Kakarot and Vegeta embark on intense training, Whis and Beerus watch from a distance, assessing the Saiyans' every move as they prepare to rise in their skills.
Hey, Vegeta! Remember when we first faced Frieza? That guy was incredibly strong.
Yes, Kakarot. It was our first encounter with an enemy of another level, but we cannot forget the Cell Bug, that creature with cells from all of us. He put us in big trouble with his martial arts tournament. Luckily, your son became strong.
Both Saiyans exchanged energy blasts. Each hit and dodge was an echo of their long history of battles.
Ah, yes! The first time you showed the teleportation technique. That was amazing! Thanks to Gohan, we were able to defeat him.
But then came Majin Buu. That battle was unforgettable. We had to merge to have a chance.
The fusion was great, but we also learned about redemption and kindness at that time. Buu became good because of you.
As they continue their training, the energy of both Saiyans light up the space. Whis and Beerus watch with interest. Yes, but don't forget about Beerus, that god of destruction who almost wiped out the Earth with a single sneeze. Although in the end, he turned out to be more of a joker than we thought.
Yes, I remember when I tried to fight him in my Super Saiyan 3 form. I wasn't at his level, but at least I gave him a fight in my Super Saiyan God form, and that was possible thanks to all of you.
That's right, and now we're here, training with Whis and Beerus. We cannot let our guard down, Kakarot. There'll always be bigger challenges.
Exactly! Every fight makes us stronger. Let's keep training and bettering ourselves.
Of course. We're always one step closer to being the strongest warriors in the universe.
The training continues as Kakarot and Vegeta, under the tutelage of Whis and Beerus, strive to reach new levels of power in order to defend the Earth from new and more powerful enemies that may appear with the desire to destroy the planet that welcomed them. While Kakarot and Vegeta were training to overcome their limits, Whis and Beerus encouraged them to keep improving. Very good, Saiyans. Keep it up.
Yes, they're very strong, but I don't know if that'll be enough to keep my interest.
Suddenly, they feel a dark presence and the whole environment begins to become dark, and a dark, powerful presence fills the place.
What's going on, Mr. Whis? Something's not right. I feel an extremely powerful and dark presence.
That feeling sounds familiar. Who could it be?
The darkness intensifies, and suddenly an opposing figure appears in front of them like a shadowy nebula.
Inhabitants of the multiverse, have you missed me? Hello, dear inhabitants of the multiverse. I've come to observe progress of my creations.
Who is this guy?
I don't know, Kakarot, but his presence is overwhelming.
No way.
What?
The figure lingers in a shadowy haze, with the speaker being the father of Zeno-sama, the omnipotent being who created the multiverse. This one appears in all multiverse, where all the warriors were training for future problems.
This guy is the father of Zeno-sama, the creator of everything we know of universes beyond our imagination. I didn't think we'd ever see him.
Sir, your arrival is unexpected. Forgive the insolence, but to what do we owe you presents?
The inclination of Whis and all the angels of different universes is because they have knowledge of who was the father of Zeno-sama. For that reason, they have a great fear and respect for him.
I see you've been busy, warriors. You have faced great obstacles throughout your insignificant lives, but this time has come. Are you strong enough?
We're always up for a good challenge.
Shut up, Kakarot. Don't you feel how powerful he is? How can you say that? Haven't you noticed something missing in the multiverse?
At that moment, Zeno-sama's father set out to tell them the reason for the ambiguous question. Moments before Zeno's father appeared before the whole multiverse, he was very angry because when he woke up from the dream of millions of years, he was surprised that many things had happened that went against the main reason why he created the whole universe. Because of this, he appears before his son Zeno-sama. In the center of the realm of everything, the overwhelming presence of Zeno-sama's father eclipses space. His voice booms like thunder as he directs his fury towards his son Zeno-sama. The latter, visibly nervous, tries to defend himself as the tension between the two intensifies.
Zeno-sama, you failed in your duty as Supreme God. All the warriors of the multiverse have overstepped their bounds and now dare to call themselves gods. Gods? This is unacceptable!
Father, I understand that this is all being misunderstood, but...
There's no excuses, Zeno-sama. Your lack of authority has allowed inferior beings to rise above us. How dare you let them usurp the title of gods?
I'm sorry, Father. I did not intend for things to come to this point.
The anger in Father Zeno's voice increases. His tone becomes more defiant and contemptuous.
Your intention? Your weakness has sullied the name of our divinity. The only god here is me, and no one else should dare to call himself that. No one!
Father, I understand that I'm in your debt, but we can find another way to restore order.
Father Zeno's response is an explosion of contempt and fury.
You do not deserve the title of God at all. Your weakness has tainted my creation. Because of your incompetence, I must restore the balance, even if it means getting rid of you.
What? Father, please don't do it! There's so much I can still learn and improve! I can fix all of this!
Zeno-sama's imploration is lost in Father Zeno's cold determination.
It is already too late, Zeno. Weakness must be eradicated from existence for true power to prevail.
In an instant, Zeno-sama's father unleashes a blast of devastating energy that engulfs Zeno-sama and begins to tear him to shreds as he screams in pain.
No, father, please! Ah!
Order has been restored. No one else will dare to challenge my supremacy. I will now take it upon myself to re-establish balance through my creation.
In the present day, in front of the terrified warriors, due to what Zeno-sama's father had informed them what had happened to his son Zeno-sama, a being they all adored and feared.
You insignificant beings now understand. Because of this, I will destroy all the timelines and universes that exist. I am a divine being, omnipotent, and I can do it. But I will give you a chance to fight for your lives. So I'll organize a tournament in which the strongest warriors of the entire multiverse will participate so the power will prevail.
Earth 2024.
What?
This can't be true.
Do you think we can face something like that, Mr. Piccolo?
Oh? We'll have to train a lot physically and, above all, mentally.
The idea of a tournament piques his interest, seeing the opportunity to test his own power and perhaps become even stronger. Thraxis Nocturn. Planet sunk in the shadows.
A tournament, eh? Well, I'll show that true power is not limited to divine beings.
I won't let them destroy our future. I will fight in that tournament and protect my own.
A tournament with the strongest warriors, huh? It'll be my chance to show that the Saiyans are not insignificant beings. We will see who is truly divine in this tournament. My empire will prevail.
A competition between the strongest. Interesting. I was showed that the Metacoolers are superior in all universes.
Nigerian, a world with perpetually cloudy skies where storms of dark energy lash the surface.
Father, this tournament will be the perfect occasion to show you that my power surpasses yours. Perfect. I'll show my true power and wreak havoc in every corner of the multiverse. Destruction in a tournament. What a magnificent combination. I will be the ultimate warrior and subdue all under my rule. Let's fight. This tournament will be my stage to demonstrate the power I've obtained.
Dracoria, homeworld of the humanoid dragon warriors and the descendants.
The threat of destruction is overwhelming. My fire may not be enough to face its dark omnipotence.
A shadow that threatens to destroy everything. My ability to manipulate the darkness may not be enough. Even with my swordsmanship, facing an omnipotent divine being will be an unparalleled challenge. This divine being has the power to destroy everything I love. My fire will be my defense.
A divine threat. My control over thunderstorms will be enough. This will be a challenge like never before.
After seeing the various emotions and thoughts of the main participants of the tournament, Zeno-sama's father begins to explain the rules of this supposed tournament.
Minimal beings. The rules are simple. The tournament will be to the death. It'll be held in a timeless space where the laws of time and physics are temporarily suspended. The only way to eliminate an opponent is to make his heart stop. It is by killing him. There's no other way. In this tournament, it is either you or your rival. There's no limits on the use of skills. You must unleash your full potential without restriction, so as not to be destroyed in the process. I'll be the one who will watch over the whole process. The participant who wins will have the joy of facing me, putting his life and the life of his universe at stake. But I'm a PS deity, and I will bring him the opportunity to have a divine power similar to mine for a determined time. If he does not take the advantage of it, he will have to accept the consequences.
In spite of the uncertainty that the warriors have in front of what the father of Zeno-sama has said, some are excited and others are worried.
Wow, this sounds exciting! A tournament with fighters from all universes. It's gonna be great!
Why should we trust this tournament to be fair? By killing them?
So I can fight to the best of my ability. But killing beings that are just fighting for their lives is not nice.
I hope everything I have said has been clear to everyone. The only rule is that you have to kill your opponent so that they don't kill you. I want to make that clear. You will have to kill your opponent. The way we will check if you're worthy of calling yourselves gods.
Father Zeno disappears and everything returns to normal. You can see Kakarot's excited about the new enemy that is seen. It is very powerful. Vegeta, scared and worried about his family, angry with Kakarot. Wow, that guy's incredibly strong. I'm excited to fight him in the next tournament.
Excited? Do you realize what's at stake, Kakarot? The enemy is dangerous, and we can't just underestimate him.
But Vegeta, that guy has awesome power. It's gonna be the best fight of our lives.
This is not a game, Kakarot. Do you realize that we're putting our families and the entire universe at risk?
I know it's serious, Vegeta, but it's also a chance to get better. Besides, Zeno-sama's father is excited about this.
I can't believe you're so carefree. My family's in danger and you're excited about a fight.
I'm not saying I'm not serious, Vegeta, but when an opportunity presents itself to measure our power, I can't resist.
You always think about the fight, don't you? Sometimes I wish you had a little more responsibility.
Vegeta, I understand that you're worried about Bulma and Trunks, but trust that we can protect them.
I don't like the idea of someone else deciding about our lives.
I understand, Vegeta, but do you really think we can ignore this opportunity?
I'm not going to lose my family over a fight, but I also know that I can't stop you from getting excited about the battle.
At that moment, the tension between Kakarot and Vegeta is palpable as they prepare to face the new enemy. While Kakarot is filled with excitement for the fight, Vegeta faces the situation with a mixture of fear and determination. Thus, the training of the entire multiverse for the survival of their species began. From the moment on, the most powerful warriors of all the universes began to train with greater intensity in order to save their universes and timelines. After having communicated with the entire multiverse from the realm of everything, the father of Zeno-sama would observe everything from a crystal screen, that the warriors were getting stronger and stronger. He sent his shadow warriors to slow down the process of them.
But what is this feeling that stirs my supreme being? A mixture of fascination and disdain. It's inevitable that mortals yearn for more, that they aspire to surpass their boundaries. Yet some of these warriors are reaching levels I cannot allow. Their power threatens the balance I've established. It's enough that they're mere participants in my tournament. They must be contained. They must be eliminated before their ascensions endanger the stability of my creation. My shadow warriors, creatures of the shadow and executioners of my will travel throughout all the universes. They'll be my instruments to stop these reckless advances. I will not allow the power of these warriors to grow beyond the limits set by my divinity.
Father Zeno, we're here to receive your orders.
Shadow creatures, my loyal enforcers, the time has come. The universes pulsate with an energy that threatens to destabilize the order I've established. Mortal warriors, in their relentless pursuit of power, are rising to dangerous heights. Their progress must be halted.
Your orders are our will. How do you wish us to proceed?
Each of you will disperse among the universes. Your mission is to find those warriors who dare to exceed the limits imposed. There's no room for compassion. The threat must be eradicated. Annihilate them without mercy.
We will, Father Zeno. No warrior will be strong enough to defy your will.
The shadow creatures set off to every universe and timeline to destroy every warrior who would participate. Along the way, they encountered weak warriors who they destroyed with these strong and very powerful ones. It was dusk when suddenly the Earth's atmosphere trembled with an unnatural darkness. In the blink of an eye, shadow creatures emerged from the interdimensional shadows, ethereal and menacing beings that would challenge even the strength of the mightiest warriors. Kakarot and Vegeta, training on the vast battlefield of Earth, sensed the arrival of an ominous presence. Shadow creatures, their ethereal forms and eyes burning with the intensity of darkness, materialized before them.
What are you? We are servants of Father Zeno. Your progress has been noted and must be halted. The will of Father Zeno is the supreme law. The warriors have exceeded the allowable limits and will now be destroyed.
The shadow creatures moved with an agility that defied logic, leaving behind them trails of darkness. Kakarot and Vegeta prepared for the confrontation, their energies flashing in response to the threatening presence.
Well, it looks like we have new opponents. This should be interesting.
No matter who sends them, we'll not allow them to stop our progress.
The shadow creatures, speechless, rushed towards Kakarot and Vegeta with flashing speed. The battle ahead would not only be a test of strength, but a struggle between light and darkness, between the determination of the warriors and the will of the father of Zeno-sama. The battle rages and the environment, plants, stones, and sky are witness to the incredible demonstration of power. Kakarot and Vegeta, deploying a great amount of ki, are in the center ready to face the two mysterious Shadow Warriors that attack them. Shadow Creature 1 moves at breakneck speed, leaving only flashes of darkness in its wake. Its form is ethereal, almost impossible to follow with the eye. It attacks with incredible precision, throwing punches and kicks that defy the perception of time. Shadow Creature 2 stands out for its devastating power. Its every strike sends out waves of dark energy that distort the surrounding space. Its presence emanates an ominous aura that shakes even the particles of space. The fight begins with Kakarot and Vegeta charging forward, but the Shadow Creatures respond with astonishing agility, dodging every blow and counterattacking with almost invisible movements. Faced with the speed of the Shadow Warriors, Kakarot and Vegeta are forced to raise their power to Super Saiyan level.
Vegeta, these guys are incredibly fast. I can't even keep up with their moves.
Looks like our usual speed isn't enough. We'll have to raise our power to the maximum. Both Saiyans concentrate, their golden auras bursting as they transform into Super Saiyan. Their golden hair lights up the space as they launch into a fierce offensive. But the Shadow Warriors remain equally agile, gracefully dodging the attacks. The intensity of the power illuminates the space.
Now, Vegeta, let's go all out!
Let's go, Kakarot! The Saiyans rush towards these Shadow Warriors with a fierce offensive. However, the Shadow Creatures dodge their attacks with surprising grace, moving through the energy blast with ease.
Is that the best you can do, Saiyans?
Their speed is admirable, but they're still not up to par. Damn it! It can't go on like this, Kakarot. We need something else.
You're right, Vegeta. Let's take this to the next level.
Faced with persistent speed of the Shadow Warriors, Kakarot and Vegeta rise their power even higher, transforming into Super Saiyan Blue. Their blue auras flash with intensity and the pressure of their power shakes the surrounding space. However, the Shadow Warriors are not daunted. The battle reaches its peak as the four warriors are engulfed in a frenzy of energy. Kakarot launches his attack called Kamehameha, and Vegeta launches his final flash attack, but the Shadow Warriors respond with counterattacks that defy the laws of physics. Then the clash of these powerful attacks causes an immense explosion. At the precise moment that both Saiyan warriors, the Shadow Creatures, collided their attacks, the explosion resulting from the collision of the attacks left a crater on the battlefield, while a dense smoke obscured the view. Amidst the haze, Goku with a serious but confident expression, and Vegeta, also with a confident expression of having destroyed the Shadow Creatures with his attacks, stood on guard, ready to face whatever emerged from this smoke. Suddenly, as soon as the smoke dissipated from the battlefield, the shadowy creatures emerged unharmed, floating in the air with an even more intense presence. Their forms twisted, revealing an even darker and more powerful transformation. Now with eyes glowing with a more intense light, the Shadow Creatures uttered a great malevolent laugh and moved towards Goku and Vegeta with renowned ferocity. The sky was covered with dark clouds and lightning intermittently illuminated the scene. The creatures, once scattered, began to converge into a chaotic mass. Their bodies intertwined and merged, creating a monstrous entity that emanated a dark and malevolent aura. The fusion of the creatures was completed with a loud roar, and before Goku and Vegeta emerged, a nightmarish creature. The fused creature had a grotesque figure, with twisted limbs and glowing eyes filled with evil. Its body was enveloped in a halo of dark energy, which distorted the space around it. The ground shook with every step he took, and the waves of evil energy generated chaos on the battlefield. Goku and Vegeta exchanged determined glances. They knew they faced an unprecedented threat. The fusion of the creatures had given rise to a being of incredible power and speed. Goku frowned, clenching his fists, while Vegeta gave a cocky grin. Kakarot, looks like things have become interesting. I didn't expect to have to face something like this.
Yes, Vegeta, this creature's no joke. We're gonna have to give it our all.
Both warriors raised their ki to the maximum, surrounding themselves with an intense golden and blue aura. Their hair stood on end and the earth trembled under the pressure of their combined power. The fused creature responded with a guttural laugh and advanced towards them with great strides.
Come on, Vegeta, let's attack together and put an end to this!
For once, Kakarot, I agree. The battle reached its climax as Goku and Vegeta, enveloped in their golden and blue auras, launched themselves towards the fused creature. Every punch and burst of energy echoed through the air, creating a spectacle of flashes and booms. The creature, however, was not easy to defeat. Its agility and strength were astounding, dodging the Saiyans' attacks with ease.
Vegeta, we need to find an opening in its defense! Focus!
I know, Kakarot, but this thing's fast! The fused creature responded with a ripping attack, sending the Saiyans flying across the battlefield. Goku and Vegeta, however, quickly recovered and stood up with renewed determination.
We can't underestimate this thing! Come on, Vegeta! Let's attack together!
Alright, Kakarot, together we'll defeat it! Goku nodded and they concentrated their energies into an amazing combined attack. A brilliant flash of light and blue light materialized in their hands, growing with each second. The fused creature, seeing the imminent threat, tried to counterattack, but it was too late. Kame! Final Flash! The powerful beam of combined energy shot towards the fused creature, illuminating the dark battle with its radiance. However, just when impact seemed inevitable, the creature, in the last act of desperation, deployed a dark shield that managed to resist the Saiyans' assault. The result explosion sent Goku and Vegeta flying backwards, returning them to their base form, leaving them dazed and severely injured on the ground. The fused creature, though weakened, struggled to its feet, its malevolent aura flickering, but far from fading completely.
Vegeta, we're in trouble! This thing's stronger than we thought!
Vegeta, however, lay motionless on the ground with visible wounds and his aura rapidly diminishing.
Vegeta! Don't give up, Vegeta!
The fused creature, slowly recovering, calmly approached towards Vegeta with a palpable malevolence in its glowing eyes. Your efforts are futile. I'm the amalgam of darkness itself. This is the end of you, Saiyan Prince. Goku, full of rage and despair, stood up and threw himself towards the creature with what was left of his strength. However, the creature, with a simple wave of its hand, unleashed a wave of dark energy that enveloped Kakarot and threw him violently to the ground.
Vegeta, we need a plan.
The fused creature approached Vegeta, lifting him off the ground with one hand. The Saiyan Prince, barely conscious, opened his eyes to meet the cold, merciless gaze of his energy. Kakarot, do whatever it takes. The fused creature, with a contemptuous gesture, threw Vegeta back to the ground, leaving him on the verge of death. The battle, which had begun with hope, now became bleaker than ever. With his partner down and his own strength waning, Kakarot faced a strength that seemed insurmountable. Goku, sensing the desperation of the situation, recalled the hermit seeds he carried with him. The moment the fused creature came speeding towards him, Goku managed to dodge that blow swiftly, approached Vegeta and handed him one of the valuable seeds.
Vegeta, eat this! It'll give you the energy to keep fighting!
At the same time, Goku also consumed one of the seeds. Vegeta, barely conscious, accepted the seed and consumed it urgently. The hermit seed acted quickly, healing Vegeta's wounds and restoring his life energy. Flashes of golden light surrounded the Saiyan Prince. As he stood up, his eyes were gaining determination. Kakarot, don't underestimate me. I can keep fighting.
Fine, Vegeta, but we need something else to defeat this creature. Do you remember the fusion technique?
Vegeta frowned but nodded in understanding. Both Saiyans positioned themselves in front of the fused creature, focusing their energies.
Vegeta, let's do it! Let's merge!
I don't think it'll come to this, Kakarot, but I have no choice. Both warriors stood side by side, raising their hands into the front and began to concentrate their energies. The atmosphere was filled with a brilliant glow as the two Saiyans merged into a single entity. The resulting figure was a perfect combination of Goku and Vegeta, with a powerful golden aura enveloping their fused bodies. This fusion creature showed signs of unease as it witnessed the transformation. The new Saiyan entity turned to it with a determined look. The fusion between Goku and Vegeta, known as Gogeta, and his Super Saiyan form was now evident. Gogeta, with the combined voice of Goku and Vegeta, said,
Prepare for defeat. We're the fusion of the Saiyans, and there's nothing we cannot overcome.
With a unified shout, the Saiyan fusion lunged towards the fused creature with incredible speed and power. The battle between the Saiyan fusion and the fused creature erupted into a frenzy of power and skill. Every move, every blow, every burst of energy shook the battlefield. The earth trembled under the intensity of the confrontation, and the sky lit up with the sparks of energy released during the fight. Gogeta, with a combination of Goku's cunning and Vegeta's determination, proved to be an unstoppable force. However, the fused creature did not yield easily, showing a resilience that defied expectations. Both contenders were at a stalemate, each pushing their limits to the max. Goku and Vegeta, in their fused form, began to feel the need to unleash more power to overcome their more formidable foe. In a moment of perfect synchronization, both Saiyans raised their ki to the limit, and the atmosphere itself began to be distorted with the built-up pressure.
It's time to take this to the next level!
In a dazzling flash, the Saiyan fusion underwent an astonishing metamorphosis. His once golden hair now turned sapphire blue, and his aura took on a heavenly hue. The transformation to Super Saiyan Blue had taken place. The fused creature recoiled momentarily as it witnessed the new form. Shocked by the magnitude of the power unleashed, however, the Saiyan fusion showed no mercy and lunged towards with dizzying speed.
Prepare for true Saiyan strength!
The attacks and counterattacks reached a speed that defied perception. The fused creature, despite its previous endurance, was outmatched by the speed and aggressiveness of the Saiyan fusion in its Super Saiyan Blue form. The battle had not yet come to an end. In a final attempt to resist, the fused creature unleashed its own dark power, enveloping the Saiyan fusion in a spiral of chaotic energy. Gogeta, in response, concentrated his energy to the maximum in an act of rage.
Let's go farther!
The energy surrounding the Saiyan fusion intensified and exploded in a dazzling burst. The bright blue aura became more intense, and the power of the Saiyan fusion increased to unimaginable levels. The sky lit up with glows and waves of energy as the fused creature faced Gogeta's unstoppable strength. However, in an unexpected twist, the creature began to build up a dark and sinister energy, revealing a hidden power.
Your resistance is impressive, Saiyans, but you have not seen my true potential.
The fused creature transformed, its fusion distorting further. A black aura filled with malevolence surrounded its body as its eyes glowed with terrifying intensity.
What the hell is it doing?
The fused creature, now imbued with a new dark power, lunged at Gogeta with surprising speed. Despite Gogeta's formidable strength in his Super Saiyan Blue form, the fused creature seemed to be able to anticipate even more.
Now you'll experience true darkness.
Gogeta sensed the threat, deciding to take his own power to the extreme. In a blink of an eye, he activated the technique, the Kaioken. His blue aura multiplied into a mixture of blue and red, and the intensity of the battle reached levels never seen before.
It's time to put an end to this! Kaioken!
Gogeta's speed and strength multiplied exponentially, and the fused creature was momentarily caught off guard. However, the creature counterattacked with a blast of dark energy that enveloped Gogeta, but he struggled to resist. Gogeta, in his Kaioken state, felt the need to raise his power even higher. Thus his ki increased, causing the earth to tremble from such immense power, destroying mountains and lifting rocks into the skies. At that precise moment, he disappeared from the sight of the fused creature, appearing from behind and creating a glowing bluish sphere of energy that materialized between his hands.
Final Kamehameha!
The energy sphere impacted against the fused creature with unparalleled force. The resulting explosion lit up the sky, dispersed the creature's dark energy. However, when the light faded, the fused creature emerged once again, albeit visibly weakened.
Do not underestimate my power, Saiyans. I have attained a form beyond your comprehension.
Gogeta, sensing the gravity of the situation, prepared for the next confrontation. The battle, far from over, was entering even more dangerous terrain, with the fate of the universe hanging in the balance in this fierce struggle between light and darkness. The battlefield was plunged into utter chaos, with destructive shockwaves reverberating throughout space. Gogeta, with his combined aura of Super Saiyan Blue and Kaioken, was moving at speeds that defied perception. The fused creature, despite his new enhanced form, was momentarily outmatched by the Saiyan warrior's speed.
Darkness cannot defeat light. It's time to seal your fate.
Though weakened, the fused creature did not give up. With impressive speed, it lunged towards Gogeta, unleashing a series of dark attacks that even defied the Kaioken's speed.
Your light is but a fleeting glimmer. In the eternity of darkness, you will suffer.
Gogeta, with sharp reflexes at precise moments, will dodge the fused creature's attacks. The battle reached an even greater frenzy, with a clash of fists and kicks creating waves of energy that swept the surrounding landscape. The once dark and stormy sky were illuminated by the flashes on the contest. In the beginning of the moment of opportunity, Gogeta channeled the Kaioken to an even higher level. His aura became more intense, mixing blue with red in a dazzling display. Seeing the new burst of power, the fused creature recoiled momentarily, a moment Gogeta took advantage of to gather energy.
This is the limit of your darkness. Prepare for the end.
Gogeta, with unmatched speed, appeared in front of the fused creature, concentrating his energy to a single point. A glowing sphere of energy formed between his hands, but this time, the sphere was not blue, it was a mixture of colors. A fusion of the power of Super Saiyan Blue and Kaioken.
Kaioken 20 times! Final Kamehameha!
The now larger, more powerful energy sphere hurled with impressive speed towards the fused creature. The resulting explosion illuminated the entire horizon, causing the mountains and valleys to be enveloped in a dazzling glow. When the light faded, the fused creature lay defeated on the ground. Its dark aura completely dissipated. Gogeta, with his Super Saiyan Blue form and Kaioken still activated, watched cautiously. The intense battle had come to an end, but the price of the confrontation was reflected in the devastated earth and the wear and tear visible on the Saiyan warrior.
I hope that was enough. This universe can't take any more of this destruction.
With a flash, Gogeta deactivated the Kaioken and returned to his base form. As silence descended over the battlefield, the lingering question was whether the threat had truly been eliminated or if there was still challenges to be faced in the vast cosmos. Goku and Vegeta, feeling that the threat had been neutralized for the moment, separated from the Saiyan fusion. The intensity of the battle had left both Saiyans exhausted, but their attention was diverted to a disturbing reality. In the corner of their vision, they watched as a small dark creature made its way towards where Gohan and Broly were standing.
Vegeta, something's happening! We must get there fast!
Those two are in trouble if that thing gets to them. Let's go, Goku!
Both Saiyans, despite their exhaustion, dashed towards Gohan and Broly's location with as much speed as possible. As they approached, they could see the dark creature getting closer and closer to the two warriors. Gohan, who was training with Broly in an attempt to increase his skills, noticed Goku and Vegeta's arrival urgently.
Dad! Vegeta! Something's coming!
Broly, with his piercing gaze, had also sensed the approaching threat.
Evil creature, we will fight!
The small dark creature, noticing the presence of the Saiyans, stopped advancing and displayed a malevolent laugh.
Ha ha ha! Your victory was short-lived. This is only the first of many surprises.
Before they could react, the dark creature split into multiple smaller shadows, surrounding Gohan and Broly with astonishing speed.
Watch out, Broly! They're fast and dangerous!
We will fight! We won't let them defeat us!
Goku and Vegeta, arriving just in time, joined the battle. The battle became a chaotic dance of blows and explosions as the Saiyans fought the dark shadows that multiplied endlessly.
Let's finish this quickly! Gohan, Broly, stay strong!
Got it, Vegeta!
Broly, unleashing his titanic power, emitted a wave of energy that temporarily dispersed the dark shadows. However, the dark creature, in a final act of desperation, merged back into a larger, more powerful form.
My shadows cannot be so easily defeated. The real battle has just begun.
The shadow creature, now strengthened and more menacing than ever, faced the four Saiyan warriors with palpable malevolence. Gohan, Broly, Goku, and Vegeta moved into battle stance, facing the shadow creature with determination.
Come on, guys! Let's work together and put an end to this menace once and for all!
Broly growled in agreement, his power emanating from him with an imposing force. Goku and Vegeta, despite their earlier exhaustion, raised their energies ready for the battle ahead. The shadow creature, with a sinister laugh, lunged towards them with surprising speed. The Saiyans responded with a coordinated assault, launching energy blasts and performing combo attacks. However, the shadow creature was agile and dodged their attacks with ease.
We can't let this thing get away. Concentrate on attacking together.
You're right, Vegeta. If we fight them as a team, we can overcome anything.
The four Saiyans synchronized their movements, attacking in harmony. Broly unloaded titanic blows. Gohan used his agility and advanced techniques, while Goku and Vegeta coordinated their energies to create a combined assault. Despite their efforts, the shadow creature proved to be resilient and adaptable. It defended with cunning and counterattacked with fury. In a moment of tension, the shadow creature unleashed a dark glow that enveloped its form, transforming to an even more powerful and monstrous version.
It's getting stronger again!
It doesn't matter. I'll destroy it.
The battle intensified as the shadow creature and its enhanced form launched waves of dark energy and unleashed more devastating attacks. The Saiyans, however, did not back down. Despite the gravity of the situation, their determination burned stronger than ever.
There's no limit to our strength when we fight together! Come on, guys, we can't lose!
This thing doesn't know who it's messing with. Get ready for what's coming.
Gohan, Broly, Goku, and Vegeta channeled their energies to the maximum, shaking the earth under the intensity of their combined power. In a unified act, the four Saiyans raised their ki to the limit and lunged towards the shadow creature with indomitable resolve. The shadow creature, now in its strengthened form, unleashed a dark energy that enveloped Broly, possessing the mighty Saiyan with a malevolent influence. Broly, his eyes now awash with shadows, stood before the other Saiyans with a menacing presence.
Broly, I won't let you be used as a puppet. We must save him. We won't let this thing manipulate Broly. Come on, guys, let's protect ourselves and save our friend.
This is getting more complicated than I thought. But no matter, we won't let the darkness win.
The battle began with the shadow creature using Broly's immense power against them. The controlled Saiyans' attacks were fierce, with waves of energy and bursts of ki that challenged even the most experienced warriors. The Saiyans dodged and counterattacked, but the shadow creature took advantage of Broly's brute strength to counter his moves.
We must weaken it enough to free Broly! Dad, Vegeta, let's follow the plan and attack in unison!
The three Saiyans coordinated, launching a series of swift and powerful attacks. However, the shadow creature moved with agility, dodging most of the blows and countering with blows of its own. Broly, under the influence of the Dark Possession, was showing superhuman endurance.
It's not enough! Broly, fight against this influence!
We must force him to break free. We're gonna give it our all.
In a moment of desperation, the Saiyans decided to raise their powers to the maximum. Goku transformed into Super Saiyan second stage, Gohan advanced his mystical form, and Vegeta unleashed his own power into Super Saiyan second stage. The three Saiyans surrounded Broly, launching a combination of flurry of powerful attacks.
Broly, resist! Don't let their darkness consume you!
The shadow creature, feeling the combined presence of the three Saiyan warriors, showed signs of weakness. However, in a desperate act, the dark energy intensified its hold on Broly, raising its power even higher and unleashing unbridled fury.
We can't give up! We're going to free Broly, whatever it takes!
The battle reached its climax as the three Saiyan warriors, Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta, clashed against the shadow creature possessing Broly. The unleashed energy created a spectacle of flashes, explosions, and shockwaves that shook the battlefield. Goku, with his power as a Super Saiyan, moved with astonishing speed, launched energy blasts and accurate punches at the shadow creature. Gohan, in his mystical form, unleashed a combination of fast attacks and advanced techniques, seeking to weaken the dark possession that controlled Broly. Vegeta, in his Super Saiyan second phase form, displayed titanic power, coordinating his attacks with calculated precision.
Broly, listen to my voice! Don't be consumed by this darkness!
The shadow creature, however, resisted tenaciously, harnessing Broly's brute strength and ferocity to counter the Saiyans' attacks. Broly, under the Dark Possession, responded with unstoppable strength, his attacks more intense and uncontrolled.
We need to weaken that possession! Come on, guys, keep up the pressure!
This dark power won't last forever. We must resist!
The battle grew more frantic. With each passing moment, the shadow creature, sensing the threat of the Saiyans, intensified its hold on Broly, fusing its dark energy with the brute strength of the legendary Saiyan.
We can't back down now! Broly's our friend, and we won't let this darkness control him!
In a moment of perfect synchronization, the three Saiyans focused their energies into a coordinated attack. Goku launched a Kamehameha, Gohan unleashed a Masenko, and Vegeta fired a final flash. all aimed at the shadow creature. The resulting explosion illuminated the battlefield, creating an energy storm. However, when the light faded, the shadow creature and Broly still stood, visibly weakened but far from defeated. It's not enough! We must find a way to free Broly from this possession! At that moment, the shadow creature, taking advantage of the Saiyan's momentary weakness, launched a surprise attack, sending Goku and Gohan to the ground. Vegeta, with his rage in his eyes, stood up determined.
Enough's enough! We won't let this thing continue to manipulate Broly.
Vegeta concentrated his ki to the maximum, unleashing a new transformation. His intense blue aura transformed into an even brighter and more powerful hue.
Super Saiyan Blue!
The atmosphere itself seemed to tremble at the magnitude of the transformation. Vegeta, now in his evolved form, launched himself towards the shadow creature with renewed speed and power. Vegeta's transformation in Super Saiyan Blue evolved caused a dramatic change in the intensity of the battle. His bright blue aura flashed with overwhelming energy as he charged towards the shadowy creature and Broly, who was still under his influence.
It's time to put an end to this. Broly, I'll fight to free you from this darkness.
The shadow creature, sensing the threat posed by Super Saiyan Blue, adopted a defensive stance. On the other hand, Broly, his eyes still darkened, prepared to face Vegeta. Vegeta unleashed a flurry of quick and precise attacks, combining punches and kicks with astonishing speed. Each move was charged with the strength of the new form, and the shadow creature was forced to retreat in the face of Vegeta's fury.
Broly, regain control. I'll not allow this darkness to consume you.
Broly, under the influence of the dark possession, responded with impressive stamina. His attacks were brutal and uncontrolled, but Vegeta moved with a dexterity that defied expectations.
I need to find an opening in this possession.
In an act of bravery, Vegeta launched himself directly towards Broly. Their fists collided forcefully, and Vegeta, using all his skill, made precise strikes that temporarily weakened the dark influence.
Broly, fight this! You're stronger than this darkness!
The shadowy creature, seeing Vegeta's resistance, increased his energy and fused even more with Broly. Now the dark influence was more entrenched than ever, and Broly unleashed an explosion of wild power.
You can't stop me, Saiyan Prince!
Vegeta, not backing down, continued to engage Broly. The battle reached new heights as both warriors unleashed their most powerful attacks. Vegeta launched a Big Bang attack while Broly responded with a gigantic charge of dark energy. The collision of energies generated a huge explosion that blanketed the area. After the dust settled, Vegeta lay on the ground, clearly exhausted but not giving up.
I can't lose. My determination's stronger than your darkness.
The battle between Vegeta and Broly, who was possessed by the shadow creature, reached a critical point. The overflowing energy of the confrontation was spreading across the battlefield, distorting the air and creating palpable tension. At that crucial moment, Goku found himself regaining consciousness, stood up, and immediately went to Saiyan's Prince's side.
Vegeta, let's go! Let's give it all we've got!
Goku's transformation into Super Saiyan Phase 2 and joined the fray. The shadow creature, seeing the arrival of another Saiyan warrior, prepared to face the new threat.
Kakarot, you're just in time. This thing has gotten stronger with Broly.
We'll face it together! Broly, we won't let this darkness control you!
The three Saiyans stood in formation, ready to deal with the shadow creature fused with Broly. The intensity of the conflict increased even more, with flashes of energy and clashes of fists echoing throughout the battlefield.
Come on, Kakarot, let's attack in unison and free Broly.
I got it, Vegeta! Together, we'll free him!
The Saiyans coordinated their attacks, launching a combined blast towards the shadow creature. Despite their efforts, Broly's dark possession was still resisting, fueled by the brute strength of the legendary Saiyan. Broly, under the influence of the shadow creature, unleashed an uncontrolled fury. His attacks were unpredictable and devastating, putting the Saiyans on the defensive. Goku, Vegeta, and the shadow creature continued to exchange energy blasts and powerful blows.
Vegeta, we must break that possession! We can't let Broly fall into darkness!
Roger that, Kakarot. Let's keep attacking together.
Amidst the chaos of the battlefield, the fiery aura of the Saiyans lit up the sky, a visual manifestation of their mammoth power. Goku and Vegeta, feeling the weight of the battle, decided to take it a step further. They joined their energies in a symphony of power, a final bid to tear apart the shadows enveloping the evil presence. The shadow creature, on the brink of the abyss, responded with desperation. It raised its own power and the darkness churned with intensity as it struggled to resist the combined onslaught of the Saiyans. The clash of energies created a cataclysm of flashes and booms, shaking the battlefield to its core. At that critical moment, the energy explosion was unleashed with dazzling magnificence. The earth shook, and the shockwaves swept across the landscape, leaving behind a trail of destruction. Goku, Vegeta, and Broly, enveloped in the blanket of the explosion, were momentarily eclipsed by the blinding light and dancing shadow. When the shimmering luminosity faded, the Saiyans found themselves faced with a new scenario. On the ground lay Broly, his figure shrouded in a residual haze of the contest. The dark aura that had consumed him had finally dissipated. Stillness reigned on the battlefield. As the warriors approached with worried looks, the formidable warrior who now resisted, his power darkened, finally silenced.
We did it, Vegeta! Broly's free!
Yes, but this shadow creature's still a problem. We can't let our guard down.
Vegeta nodded grimly as they watched Broly, who lay on the ground, slowly recovering from the intense battle. However, at that moment of apparent calm, the shadow creature, cunning and unnoticed, had left Broly's possession to seek a new host. The dark entity swiftly swept into the shadows, unnoticed by the Saiyans, who still assessing their companion's condition. Silently, the shadow creature crept towards Gohan, who had been watching the battle from a distance. Gohan, oblivious to the threat looming over him, felt a shiver run down his spine just as the shadow creature enveloped him with its dark presence. A momentary flash of its eyes indicated that something was terribly wrong. At that instant, Gohan, with a sudden alteration in his expression, went on guard without warning. His gaze, now posed by the shadow creature, glowed with a malevolence that contrasted with his gentle nature. Goku, noticing the sudden tension, turned towards Gohan, but before he could react, Gohan, under the influence of the shadow creature, moved with supernatural speed. The confrontation with Broly had left the Saiyans exhausted, and the shadow creature, seizing the opportunity, vanished into the darkness along with Gohan. Vegeta, realizing the situation, gritted his teeth in fury. The threat persisted, and now Gohan, a valuable ally, was in the hands of the shadows. Goku and Vegeta, despite their exhaustion, prepared for a new confrontation, aware that the battle had not yet come to an end. The tension in the air was palpable, as Goku and Vegeta, still worried about Broly, with determination, turned towards the place where the dark entity had vanished.
Damn it! Where'd that thing go?
I don't know, Vegeta, but we must find it before it hurts Gohan. The two Saiyans, quick as the wind, rushed towards where Gohan had been standing, their senses alert. The shadow creature, now inside Gohan, emerged from the shadows with a sinister laugh.
Ha 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 ha! Looks like they're not as cunning as they thought. Now I have a new toy for my plans. Get out of Gohan, you damn creature!
I'll not allow you to possess my son!
Ha! You think you could stop me? My power possesses even more of your combined forces. Do not underestimate the Saiyans. We have overcome greater challenges than you.
Leave Gohan and face your fate, creature. You'll not be victorious. The shadow creature, now in control of Gohan, smiled malevolently before responding.
We'll see how long you can resist. Gohan is now an instrument of my will.
The shadow creature possessing Gohan unleashed a burst of dark energy that distorted the surrounding space. Goku and Vegeta suddenly found themselves during a chaotic confrontation, with Gohan now transformed into an instrument of the malevolent entity. The waves of energy radiating from Gohan's possessed figure created an ominous aura that filled the battlefield, defying the Saiyans' endurance and determination. The Saiyans, in their Super Saiyan Blue form, prepared for the impending clash. The shadow creature, using Gohan's body, moved with supernatural agility, dodging the Saiyans' first attacks with grace and malice. Gohan, his eyes now filled with darkness, lunged at Goku with astonishing speed. Goku blocked Gohan's first few blows with difficulty, feeling the enhanced strength and speed of his new controlled son. The fight was intense, each move charged with power and ferocity. Meanwhile, Vegeta positioned himself strategically, assessing the situation, looking for an opening to attack. The shadow creature, through Gohan, unleashed a flurry of attack, which devastating blows that kept Goku on the defensive. However, Goku's ability to adapt quickly to the battle allowed him to counter the attacks and counterattack with his own overwhelming power. Vegeta, sensing an opportunity, lunged at the shadow creature from an unexpected angle. However, the dark entity had sharp reflexes and deflected Vegeta's attack with ease, throwing Gohan against Goku as a distraction. The Shadows creature's strategy paid off, as it took advantage of the distraction to hit Vegeta with a beam of dark energy. Vegeta, although he resisted the impact, was momentarily weakened. The entity, now with a malevolent smile, turned to him.
Damn it! This isn't over, Shadow creature.
Goku, reacting quickly, stepped between the Shadow creature and Vegeta.
Vegeta, hold on! We can't let this thing divide us.
The Shadow creature, enjoying the chaos at its zone, released a dark aura that enveloped both Saiyans. The dark energy sought to confuse and weaken their senses. However, the Saiyans' instinctive connection to Ki enabled them to resist the dark influence. The battle raged in a frenzy of clashing colors and energies. Gohan, controlled by the Shadow creature, moved with a mixture of speed and agility that defied the laws of physics. Goku and Vegeta, each focusing on their own battlefront, were trying to coordinate their attacks to free Gohan from the dark possession.
Gohan, fight this darkness! You're stronger than this!
Gohan, though showing flashes of resistance, was caught in an internal struggle between his will and the Shadow creature's control. The battle grew more challenging. With each passing second, the Shadow creature reveled in its ability to manipulate and corrupt one of Earth's mightiest warriors. Vegeta, recovering from the earlier onslaught, threw himself back into the fray. The Shadow creature, however, anticipated his attack and gracefully dodged Vegeta's attempts to strike it. The dark entity counterattacked with a series of precise blows that forced Vegeta to retreat.
Damn Shadow, don't underestimate the Prince of the Saiyans.
Goku, seeing his partner's difficulty, raised his power to the maximum. Dazzling energy emanated from his Super Saiyan Blue form as he prepared for a concentrated attack. The Shadow creature, noticing the glowing threat, diverted its attention to Goku.
Vegeta, keep up the pressure! I'm gonna concentrate my energy to free Gohan!
Vegeta nodded and increased his offensive, distracting the Shadow creature as Goku concentrated his power. The fight reached a new level of intensity, with each move echoing across the vast battlefield. The energy collided, creating shockwaves that distorted reality itself. Goku, eyes glowing with determination, unleashed his most powerful attack. A sphere of glowing blue energy formed in his outstretched hands. Charged with the combined strength of the Saiyans, the spear grew in size and the power as Goku had held it in place.
It's time to free Gohan!
The Shadow creature, realizing the threat, moved quickly to stop Goku's attack. Vegeta, taking advantage of the distraction, lunged with renewed fury, looking for an opening to attack. The battle reached its climax when Goku released the energy sphere, ascending it directly towards the Shadow creature. The energy sphere burst into a dazzling flash, illuminating the battlefield with intense light. Shockwaves swept through the darkness as Goku's purifying energy sought to free Gohan from the Shadow creature's possession. However, as the light faded and the earth stopped shaking, the Shadow creature emerged seemingly unharmed. The dark entity, now irritated, turned to the Saiyans with a twisted laugh.
Is that all you can do? My power is unbreakable!
Goku and Vegeta, despite their exhaustion, prepared for the next assault. The battle, far from ending, dragged on into confrontation of epic proportions. Darkness and light collided in an endless clash, with the will of the Saiyans resisting against the entity that threatened to plunge them into the shadows. The dark creature, after resisting Goku's powerful attack, showed a malicious smile. A dark glow enveloped Gohan, and his body began to tremble with intensity. A guttural scream echoed through the air as the dark entity forced a unique transformation on the Saiyan warrior. Gohan, under the Shadow creature's influence, contorted and his body was enveloped in a dark, feral energy. The earth trembled with the intensity of the transformation, and Gohan's figure began to change. Defined musculature, red eyes, a wild gaze, long gray hair, and emerging in the new form, Gohan Dark Beast. Vegeta and Goku, shocked by the unexpected evolution, instinctively recoiled from the overwhelming presence of Dark Gohan Beast. The Shadow creature had accomplished what it could not do with Broly, unleash a unique and uncontrolled transformation on Gohan. Dark Beast Gohan, now freed from any hint of rationality, roared skyward, emitting an overwhelming energy that shook the battlefield. His eyes glowed with an animalistic intensity, and his posture indicated that human control was suppressed.
This can't be happening. What did that thing do? The shadow creature managed to unlock something inside Gohan. This won't be easy.
The shadow creature, pleased with the success of its manipulation, watched the scene with satisfaction.
Now, witness my true power. The Saiyan Beast Warrior. How do you plan to stop him?
Dark Beast Gohan let out a deafening roar and lunged towards Vegeta with impressive speed. Dark Beast Gohan's attacks were ferociously savage, his brute strength and speed surpassing even Broly's most rampaging transformation. Vegeta, using his speed and agility, dodged Dark Beast Gohan's first attacks. However, the Saiyan Beast Warrior's ferocity was unpredictable, and Vegeta was forced to deploy all his skill to stay out of range of the devastating attacks. Goku, assessing the situation, transformed into Super Saiyan Blue and rushed to Vegeta's aid. The two Saiyans fought in tactical coordination, looking to open an opportunity to counter Gohan's savage new form. The battle became a whirlwind of energy, with explosions and crashes echoing across the battlefield. The shadow creature in the shadows continued to manipulate and fuel Dark Beast Gohan's fury. The Saiyan strategy was becoming more and more challenging as Dark Beast Gohan seemed to be one step ahead, anticipating their moves.
Damn it! Gohan Beast is too unpredictable.
We must find a way to free Gohan from this transformation. We can't let the shadow control his true power. As the Saiyans faced Gohan Beast's fury, the shadow creature watched from the shadows, enjoying the chaos he had unleashed. The situation was becoming more critical with each passing moment, and the Saiyans' endurance was being tested in the face of Beast Gohan's uncontrollable fury. The battle raged on in a titanic struggle between light and darkness, with the hope of freeing Gohan from the influence of the shadow creature hanging in delicate balance. The Saiyans, determined to overcome this challenge, faced an enemy that had managed to unleash an even greater internal threat than before. While the intense battle raged on the battlefield, Piccolo, the Namekian sage, was immersed in his mental training somewhere secluded. His concentration was so deep that he could feel an abrupt shift in ki, a disturbance that reverberated through space and time. A shiver ran down his back, indicating the gravity of the situation.
Something's not right.
The Namekian instantly stood up, his cloak billowing as he focused on the direction of the glowing chaos. The power he felt was not just brute force. It was an amalgam of dark energies that seemed to defy the very essence of reality. Wasting no time, Piccolo prepared to approach this side of the conflict. Back on the battlefield, Goku and Vegeta fought valiantly against Dark Beast Gohan, who moved with uncontrollable ferocity under the influence of the shadow creature. The dark entity, sensing Piccolo's arrival, smirked.
Looks like we have a new guest. This just gets more interesting.
Goku and Vegeta focused on Gohan Beast, noticing Piccolo's presence as he appeared on the battlefield with a serenity that contrasted with the surrounding chaos.
What happened here? What have you done with Gohan? That shadow thing possessed Gohan and transformed it into a wild beast.
We can't free Gohan this way! The shadow creature manipulates his power in unimaginable ways! Dark Beast Gohan, noticing Piccolo's arrival, turned to him with wild eyes. The shadow creature, enjoying the chaos, prepared for the next act of this heartbreaking play.
Welcome, Piccolo. You're just in time to witness the inevitable downfall of these Saiyans. Don't underestimate the Saiyans or my determination. I'm here to free Gohan.
The Namekian braced himself for the confrontation, deploying his ki with an intensity that made it clear he would not be a mere spectator in this battle. Dark Beast Gohan, fueled by the shadowy influence, roared and lunged towards Piccolo with a speed that defied all logic. The battle became even more chaotic with Piccolo's entrance. His movements were precise and calculated, contrasting with the wild ferocity of Dark Beast Gohan. Goku and Vegeta, aware of Piccolo's strategic skill, adjusted their approach to coordinate their attacks with the Namekian. Meanwhile, the shadow creature watched the battle with a Machiavellian smile, enjoying the confrontation between the forces of light and shadow. The dark entity was determined to prove that its influence was insurmountable. The fight unfolded in a whirlwind of colliding energies, with Piccolo demonstrating his tactical and strategic prowess. Dark Beast Gohan, however, remained a formidable challenge, his erratic movements and uncontrolled strength testing the tenacity of the warriors on the battlefield.
Goku, Vegeta, we need to plan to break the connection between Gohan and that shadow creature.
You're right, Piccolo. We need to attack from different fronts and destabilize that connection.
I'll take care of keeping Beast Gohan busy. Kakarot, you use the connection you have with your son to try to isolate the shadow creature.
Goku and Vegeta, coordinating their efforts with Piccolo's strategic expertise, went on the assault. Piccolo used his wisdom to be able to devise a way to get Dark Beast Gohan out of said possession, while Vegeta unleashed his fury with calculated attacks to keep the beast at bay. As the battle continued, the shadow creature began to feel the pressure of the combined strategy of the Saiyans and Piccolo. The connection between Gohan and the Dark Entity was under threat, and the shadow creature, despite its confidence, was beginning to show signs of concern. The battle was far from over, but the warriors' resilience was growing stronger in the face of the adversity that loomed over them. As Piccolo continued his mental struggle to free Gohan from the shadow creature's possession, his Namekian senses sharpened. Keen perception led him to identify a small shadow leech clinging to Dark Beast Gohan's lower neck, a detail that had not been evident in Broly's previous possession due to his long hair covering that region.
That's it. The key in this little shadow leech on his neck. We must eliminate it to free Gohan.
Piccolo's revelation attracted the attention of Vegeta and Goku on the physical battlefield. Vegeta, upon hearing this, turned his gaze to the back of Gohan Beast's dark neck and noticed the presence of the Shadow Leech.
A Shadow Leech? That explains why we couldn't free Broly this way.
How do we eliminate it without harming Gohan? As Piccolo struggled to maintain his mental connection, he analyzed this situation and came up with a strategy.
If we attack the Shadow Leech directly, we might harm Gohan in the process. We need a precise way to eliminate it without endangering his life.
So what's the plan, Piccolo?
Goku, you've mastered Ultra Instinct, but you can only maintain it for a few seconds. We need to take advantage of those brief moments to distract Dark Beast Gohan and allow you to get close enough to destroy the Shadow Leech.
Understood, Piccolo. I'll do my best. But how do we make sure Beast Gohan doesn't attack while Kakarot's approaching?
That's the tricky part. We need to keep Gohan busy and distracted. Vegeta, your attacks must be precise and constant, keeping his attention on you.
I will, but Kakarot, don't make me regret this.
The battle resumed with renowned intensity. Vegeta went on the offensive, attacking Gohan Dark Beast with a series of swift and powerful blows. Gohan responded with ferocity, but Vegeta maintained agile, dodging his attacks while keeping the savage Saiyan warrior's attention. At that moment, Goku concentrated, channeling Ultra Instinct. An aura of flickering energy surrounded him as he activated the powerful transformation. His speed increased exponentially, allowing him to easily dodge Dark Beast Gohan's attacks.
Now, Goku, now's your chance.
Goku in his Ultra Instinct state moved with superhuman speed towards Gohan's rear. The shadow creature, still focused on the fierce confrontation with Vegeta, did not notice Goku's approach. This is my chance to end this! With pinpoint accuracy, Goku reached out his hand and touched the small shadow leech on Gohan's neck. The leech, upon being touched by the Ultra Instinct energy, began to fade, emitting a dark screech before dissolving completely. Dark Beast Gohan, losing connection with the Shadow Leech, shook violently, as if releasing himself from a trance. Vegeta, noticing the change, cautiously stepped back as Goku returned to his normal state. What happened?
Kakarot seems to have found a way to free you from that thing.
It was risky, but it worked.
Well done, Goku, but don't let your guard down. This shadow creature might have more tricks up its sleeve.
The immediate threat had been neutralized. The shadow creature, watching from the shadows, moving away unnoticed by the Saiyan warriors, was not about to give up. So the shadow creature set out to return to its master. After the terrifying moment that the Z warriors had experienced, Goku and Vegeta realized that Beerus and Whis were not on Earth. They had disappeared just moments before the shadow creatures appeared on Earth. This is because Daishinkan discovered that Zeno-sama had been killed by his father and immediately summoned all the angels and gods of destruction. In the majestic realm of all, Daishinkan, the high priest, summoned all the angels and gods of destruction of the existing universes. The atmosphere in the hall was unusually tense, and concern was reflected in the faces of those present. Daishinkan, with his usual calmness, prepared to share the disturbing truth he had discovered.
Angels and gods of destruction, the time has come to face a powerful truth. Zeno-sama, our beloved king of all, has been slain.
Silence fell over the hall. The angels and the gods of destruction exchanged looks of disbelief and dismay. No one expected that such a tragedy could occur, especially at the hands of someone so powerful.
My investigation revealed that the one responsible for this abominable act
was Zeno-sama's own father. The news resounded like a somber echo in the room. Everyone present processed the shocking revelation. The omnipresent figure of Zeno-sama, the supreme deity, had been shattered by his own protagonist. Mohito, Sidra's angel, spoke in a worried voice. How is it possible that a being as powerful as Zeno-sama's father could have committed such an act? That is a question for which I still have no answers. But now we must face the consequences of this event. The stability of the multiverse is in danger. Arak, the god of destruction of Quitella, asked, And what measures will we take in the face of this threat? What'll happen to the throne of Zeno-sama? That is a question we must discuss and resolve. For now, the throne remains empty, and our duty is to maintain peace and balance. But before we make hasty decisions, we need to fully understand the magnitude of this situation. Beerus and Whis prepared to inform the gods of destruction and angels of all universes about what they had witnessed while on planet Earth with Goku and Vegeta. The hall of the realm of everything was filled with celestial beings, each one expectant and worried about the news they were about to receive. Attention everyone! We have crucial information to share about the events that have been unfolded. Before we are summoned here, the father of Zeno-sama appeared on all the planets of the multiverse. Surprise was reflected on the faces of those present. Murmurs and whispers filled the room, as the gods of destruction and angels exchanged looks of disbelief. His visit was not simply to report the death of Zeno-sama. He announced the holding of the tournament that would determine the survival of the planets in each universe. Additional rumors filled the room, creating a constant buzz of concern. The gods of destruction and angels wanted to understand the implications of such an announcement. He informed the rules of the tournament and the intentions behind such a competition, but it's necessary that we all work together to get answers and face this threat. It is time to join forces and overcome this crisis. The fate of our universes is at stake. As the gods and angels absorbed the gravity of the situation, in every corner of the hall of the realm of everything, conversations and plans were brewing to confront the mysterious tournament that threatened to upset the balance of the multiverse. Uncertainty hung in the air, but the determination of the divine beings was determined to face the unknown that lay ahead. In the Hall of Everything, Daishinkan, the High Priest, sensed the imminent arrival of extremely powerful entities heading for the different planets of the multiverse. His face reflected seriousness as he prepared to inform all the angels and gods of destruction present of the coming threat. Gods and angels of destruction, the time has come to face a new and challenging threat. Entities of great power are headed towards the planets of our universes, and their goal seems to be a direct confrontation with the strongest warriors of each world. The expressions of those present became serious. Aware of the gravity of the situation, Daishinkan continued with determination. It's crucial that we move quickly to protect the strongest warriors of each planet, regardless of which universe they belong to. The threat we face does not respect universal boundaries, and we must act with unity to preserve the balance. Vados, the Angel of Champa, raised his hand. How do you plan for us to move, Daishinkan? We each have responsibilities in our universes. I understand the complexity of this situation, but the magnitude of this threat requires immediate action. I suggest that every angel and god of destruction move to the planets threatened by this unknown force. We must prevent the strongest warriors from being defeated before we can fully understand our enemies. Sounds like a sensible plan, Daishinkan. If we all work together, we can protect our warriors and gain more information about these powerful entities. Each angel and god of destruction nodded in agreement, accepting the need to act immediately. They moved quickly to the various planets, casting aside universal barriers in a joint effort to safeguard the multiverse. May the wisdom and power of each of you guide this effort. Let us not underestimate this new threat. Our duty is to protect the existence of our universes. With those words, the angels and gods of destruction dispersed, leaving the Hall of All in preparation to face a challenge that transcended universal boundaries and demanded the collaboration of all divine beings. Uncertainty hung in the air, but determination to preserve the balance of the multiverse guided the powerful beings in their joint mission. The angels and gods of destruction quickly teleported to the threatened planets. each determined to protect the strongest warriors on the various planets. In the blink of an eye, the skies lit up with flashes of divine energy as Akumo and Ewin, Cognac and Quintella, Matanu and Geen, Whis and Beerus, and the other angels and gods of destruction headed toward their assigned destinations. The planet Thraxis Nocturne lay peaceful in the corner of the cosmos, its nocturnal luminosity radiating a tranquility that was about to be disturbed. In the vast space, Akumo, the angel, with his small book in hand, and his god of destruction Ewin, an imposing figure with a stern gaze, detected the arrival of a shadow creature, a minion of Zeno-sama's father. The creature, shrouded in malevolent darkness, descended with malevolent determination towards Thraxis Nocturne. Ewin, without hesitation, deployed his energy of destruction while Akumo stood by, hoping to resolve the conflict without a bath of chaos. "Creature, your darkness will not be tolerated in this realm. Stop your destructive plans." The shadow creature emanated a guttural growl, its presence emanating an unnatural energy that distorted the space around it. The space battle began with an explosion of opposing forces. Ewin launched destructive beams, while Akumo used his speed to dodge the attacks and assess the situation. "Ewin, this creature's stronger than we imagined. We must be cautious." "I know, Akumo, but we can't let him destroy Thraxis Nocturne. We must give our best." The shadow creature, agile and evasive, responded to the attacks with dark energy waves that distorted space. The battle spread across the firmament, leaving traces of destructive energy in its wake. Ewin tried to anticipate the creature's movements. However, the shadow creature proved to be agile and adaptive, countering every strategy with an unmatched dark force. "Our conventional methods don't work. Ewin, we need to combine our forces." "I agree, Akumo. It's time to show them the true power of destruction." Akumo and Ewin merged their energies, creating a flash of light that defied the surrounding darkness. The shadow creature, perceiving the threat, intensified its own energy, generating a collision of cosmic forces that shook space itself. The battle reached a fever pitch, with cosmic explosions lighting up the scene as Akumo and Ewin struggled to contain the darkness. The struggle took place not only on the physical plane, but also on the spiritual one, where the will to protect Thraxis Nocturne was pitted against the ruthless ambition of the shadow creature. The fusion of Akumo and Ewin unleashed a dazzling energy that eclipsed even the nocturnal luminosity of Thraxis Nocturne. The gold and violet glow enveloped the divine couple as they prepared to face the dark threat looming over the peaceful planet. "It's time to show the true extent of our power, Akumo." The shadow creature, aware of the growing threat, rushed towards them with supernatural speed. Akumo, with his keen perception, anticipated every movement of the creature, allowing the couple to dodge its onslaughts with heavenly elegance. "Keep calm, Ewin. We must synchronize our movements to counteract their darkness." Ewin nodded and unleashed a series of destructive energy blasts that lit up the space around him. However, the shadow creature responded with amazing agility, dodging every attack with meandering movements. The battle became a cosmic game of strategy and speed. The angel Akumo and the god of destruction Ewin soon realized that in order to defeat this entity, they would need a coordinated attack that transcended the limits of their individual abilities. In a moment of perfect timing, they unleashed a gale of combined energy. Akumo channeled the energy of destruction while Ewin released violet flashes of destruction. "Focus your energy, Akumo. Let's get rid of this darkness once and for all." Akumo nodded and joined the attack with determination. The fused energy of both angel and god turned into a spear of golden and violet light that pierced through space with an impressive speed. The shadow creature, caught in the torrent of power, let out a heart-rending howl as it was enveloped by the luminosity. The impact was abysmal, generating an expansive wave that shook the cosmos. The darkness that enveloped the creature began to dissipate, revealing its twisted and weakened form. Akumo and Ewin, exhausted but triumphant, stood on guard ready for any eventuality. "We have managed to contain their darkness, but we can't let our guard down." The shadow creature, now visibly weakened, recoiled before the imposing presence of Akumo and Ewin. The light had prevailed over the darkness in the cosmic corner of Thraxis Nocturne. the divine couple remained firm in their duty to protect the planet that this creature wanted to destroy. However, the battle was not yet over, and the fates of the planets remained uncertain in the vastness of space. After the shocked combined attack of Akumo and Iwin, the space around Thraxis Nocturn was vibrating with the residual energy of the cosmic battle. The shadow creature, apparently weakened, remained suspended in the cosmic void, enveloped in a dark glow that seemed to absorb the surrounding light. The divine couple watched cautiously, aware that the fate of Thraxis Nocturne was still hung in the cosmic balance.
Iwin, something's not right. The darkness of that creature seems to be getting stronger instead of weaker.
It seems that our attack has absorbed by her, but it shouldn't be possible. How can he transform our energy of destruction to his own power?
The shadow creature, now surrounded by a more intense aura, began to change its shape. Its twisted figure became more defined. His eyes shone with a malevolent lucidity. The darkness emanating from her was becoming denser, distorting the space around her.
You have underestimated my true potential, angel and god of destruction. Your energy has strengthened me beyond your comprehension.
The divine couple prepared for what was to come next, aware that the threat they faced had evolved. The shadow creature, now empowered by the absorbed energy, charged towards them with renewed speed and ferocity.
We need to be more cautious, Iwin. It seems that every blow we inflict makes her stronger.
Understood, Akumo, but we can't allow this darkness to devour Thraxis Nocturne.
The battle resumed with increased intensity. The shadow creature attacked with bursts of dark energy that cut through space, while Akumo and Iwin responded with flashes of golden and violet light. The cosmic dance of lights and shadows painted an epic picture in the vastness of the universe. Each blow and backlash echoed like thunder in space, distorting reality itself. Akumo, with his keen perception, tried to anticipate the movements of the dark creature, but the dark entity proved to be unpredictable. Iwin, with his energy of destruction, sought to weaken the creature, but his attacks seemed to be absorbed and turned into an additional source of power.
Every time we hit her, her power increases. We can't go on like this.
We must find a way to counteract his ability to absorb our energy. Do you have any ideas, Akumo?
Akumo pondered for a moment, his angelic mind working in search of a solution. Meanwhile, the shadow creature, aware of its opponent's confusion, took the opportunity to launch a surprise attack. A wave of dark energy enveloped Akumo and Iwin, distorting their perception and weakening their defenses.
Your resistance is useless. I am the embodiment of darkness. His light cannot prevail before me.
The situation was becoming more and more desperate for the divine couple as they struggled to resist the shadow creature's attacks. Akumo turned his attention to the small book he always carried with him. An idea began to form in his mind.
Iwin, I think I have an idea, but we need to synchronize our attacks in a different way.
Explain yourself, Akumo.
Akumo explained his plan to Iwin, who nodded in understanding. Both God and Angel prepared to put their strategy into practice. The shadow creature, confident in its superiority, launched into the attack again, but this time Akumo and Iwin were ready to respond differently.
Now, Iwin, combine your energy of destruction with mine in a more controlled way.
Iwin nodded and channeled his energy to Akumo, who, in turn, merged it with his. Instead of launching a direct attack, they created a sphere of combined light and energy that floated between them.
Do you think this tactic will change the outcome?
We'll see.
The energy sphere began to slowly expand, emanating a glowing light that contrasted the surrounding darkness. The shadow creature, curious but confident, watched the development with disdain.
The fused power is not only destructive, but it also has properties that counteract its absorption capacity.
The combined energy sphere, now reaching its maximum expansion, released a wave of light and energy that enveloped the shadow creature. This time, instead of absorbing the power, the darkness that characterized her began to dissipate.
What is this? My power should not be weakened.
We create an energy that goes beyond destruction and creation, one that neutralizes the darkness that you're trying to absorb.
The shadow creature, weakened by Akumo and Iwin's strategic counterattack, retreated as the combined energy sphere continued to exert its effect. The light emanating from the sphere began to purify the darkness surrounding the entity, revealing its original form before corruption.
It seems our tactic's working, but we must make sure we contain it completely. We can't let our guard down. Let's continue with the strategy until the creature's completely neutralized.
The space battle continued, but this time Akumo and Ewin had the upper hand. His sphere of combined energy continued to exert its purifying effect, dispelling the darkness that threatened Thraxis Nocturn. With each passing moment, the shadow creature grew weaker. The light of hope began to shine in the corner of the cosmos that was once on the verge of destruction. The shadow creature, weakened by Akumo and Ewin's strategy, retreated into space, its distorted form twisting as the combined energy sphere continued to purify the darkness that enveloped it. In a desperate attempt to regain his strength, the shadow creature began to explore its surroundings, looking for an opportunity to turn the situation in his favor.
My power is weakened here. I need to find a place where darkness prevails.
While exploring, the shadow creature noticed something that favored him. His eyes flashed with malevolent anticipation as he discovered that this world was called Thraxis Nocturn because it was a planet plunged into shadows. The dark entity smiled malevolently as he realized that this planet could provide the darkness needed to revitalize his power.
Ha 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 ha! Thraxis Nocturn, a feast of darkness awaits me!
With amazing speed, the shadow creature launched itself towards the planet, traversing space with great speed. Akumo and Ewin, aware of his intentions, followed closely, determined to stop any attempt by the shadow creature to plunge into the darkness of the planet. As the creature approached Thraxis Nocturn, the darkness of the planet seemed to intensify, as if responding to its presence. The planet's nighttime atmosphere shone with a faint luminosity, offering a fascinating contrast to the surrounding stars.
Ewin, we must prevent the creature from being filled with dark power. If she succeeds, it'll be even more difficult to stop her. Understood, Akumo. We'll not allow the darkness of this planet to fall into the hands of that entity.
The shadow creature descended on Thraxis Nocturn with a terrifying impetus. As she approached, the darkness seemed to take her in, enveloping her with a gloomy welcome. The shadow creature began to absorb the darkness of the planet, its twisted form vibrating with a new energy as it filled with the essence of Thraxis Nocturn.
Ha 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 ha! Yes, this darkness will strengthen me. Nothing can stop me now.
Akumo and Ewin, wasting no time, headed towards the shadow creature, determined to stop its advance before it became unstoppable. The battle in the shadows of Thraxis Nocturn was about to take a very drastic turn.
We cannot allow this darkness to completely corrupt this creature. We must stop her before she becomes invincible. Your previous strategy was effective, Akumo. Let's keep working together to counter his power.
Deep in the shadows of Thraxis Nocturn, the intense presence of the absorbing shadow creature did not go unnoticed by the most powerful warriors on the planet. Turles, Bardock, Raditz, Frieza, and his brother Cooler felt the darkness increasing around them and, with a mixture of amazement and concern, headed toward the epicenter of the threat.
Something's not right. The darkness in this place is getting denser.
Whatever it is, we cannot let it threaten Thraxis Nocturn. Let's investigate.
The warriors moved nimbly across the gloomy terrain, advancing towards the source of the darkness. As they got closer, the atmosphere became heavier, as if the shadow itself wanted to resist their advance.
The darkness is different. I feel a strange pressure. I'm not afraid of the dark, but this is unusual. Cooler, stay alert.
Understood, Frieza. Let's find out what's going on.
Suddenly, a wave of dark energy erupted before them, revealing the shadow creature that was absorbing the darkness of the planet. His twisted figure and malevolent aura were as evident as the threat he posed to Thraxis Nocturn.
Warriors of this planet, his darkness feeds me. Soon I will be unstoppable.
We won't let you destroy Thraxis Nocturn. Get ready, creature.
The warriors went on the attack, each unleashing their unique power against the dark entity. Turles unleashed his evil aura, releasing bursts of destructive energy. Bardock channeled his Saiyan fury into powerful blows, while Raditz and Cooler coordinated their attacks to create a symphony of destruction. Frieza intensifying the struggle.
This creature doesn't know who he's up against.
Your resistance is useless. Each blow only increases my power.
The shadow creature, powered by the darkness of Thraxis Nocturne, absorbed attacks with defiant ease. Each impact seemed to strengthen rather than weaken it, plunging the warriors into the disturbing reality that they were facing an enemy that fed on its own darkness.
It's not working. He's getting stronger and stronger.
We need to change our strategy. We can't let it absorb all the darkness on the planet.
While the warriors struggled to find an effective strategy, the shadow creature, with its distorted laughter, continued to absorb the darkness, becoming more and more powerful. The Battle of Thraxis Nocturne's survival was at its most critical, and the warriors knew that they had to find a solution before the dark entity became invincible. The dark aura released by the shadow creature enveloped the warriors of Thraxis Nocturne, gradually weakening them. The warriors struggled to stay on their feet as the entity's malevolent energy infiltrated their bodies, obscuring their vital forces.
This is it. Too much.
I can't let that defeat us like this.
The warriors, despite their bravery, were overcome by the darkness emanating from the aura of the shadow creature. At that critical moment, when hope seemed to be fading, a heavenly light pierced the shadows. Owamo and Ewin, the angels charged with protecting Thraxis Nocturne, arrived on the battlefield.
The darkness emanating from this creature is breathtaking. We cannot allow it to take over this planet. Time to show these warriors how to fight true darkness.
The angel spread his wings, and together with the god of destruction, they advanced towards the shadow creature, his presence radiating a luminosity that defied the malevolent nature of the dark aura. As it approached, the dark entities sensed the arrival of divine beings and turned to face the new threat.
More insignificant beings. His light will be devoured by my darkness.
Don't underestimate the power of light. Darkness cannot resist the true essence of creation.
Owamo extended his hand, and a purifying light enveloped the battlefield, counteracting the dark effect of the creature's aura. Ewin, on the other hand, deployed the energy of destruction, creating a perfect balance between light and darkness. The shadow creature, for the first time, felt the pressure of forces that it could not easily absorb or resist. The conflict took a turn, and the battle became more intense as the angel and god of destruction faced the dark entity with a unique combination of light and destruction.
The real struggle starts now. We'll protect Thraxis Nocturne from the darkness you represent.
The fight between the angels and the shadow creature reached impressive levels, with bursts of energy illuminating the dark planet of Thraxis Nocturne. Meanwhile, the warriors, freed from the debilitating effects of the dark aura, watched the fight, hoping that their planet would not be destroyed. In the dark skies of Thraxis Nocturne, the stage was transformed into a cosmic battlefield, where divine light and malevolent darkness collided in an epic confrontation. Owamo and Ewin, the guardians of this planet, displayed their celestial power with a grace and precision that defied description. The glow of the purifying light emanating from Ewin and Owamo spread across the space, illuminating the shadows that the shadow creature was trying to grasp. Ewin and Owamo's every move was a ballet of divine energy, as they gracefully dodged the dark attacks and countered with unstoppable force. Owamo's wings shone with a resplendent light, like stars in the night, as he invoked the very essence of creation to repel the dark forces rising up against him. By his side, Ewin radiated an imposing presence, with his penetrating gaze fixed on the creature as it defying the darkness itself. The shadow creature, on the other hand, was fighting with an impressive ferocity, trying to resist the overwhelming power of Ewin and Owamo. Their dark attacks were launched like ravenous shadows, seeking to consume the divine light that surrounded them. However, every attack was countered by the impenetrable force of Ewin and Owamo, who remained firm in their purpose to protect the planet. The clash between light and darkness created a symphony of cosmic energy, with flashes of light and bursts of energy illuminating the firmament. The light will always prevail over the darkness. Your power is formidable, but it cannot resist the purity of creation.
You can't stop me. I'm the very embodiment of darkness.
Darkness can be powerful, but the real strength lies in balance, and we represent that balance. Iwan and Owamo continued to deploy their energy with amazing precision, creating light barriers that repelled the attacks of the shadow creature. Every movement of Iwan and Owamo was imbued with a divine elegance and grace, while the creature struggled with a desperate ferocity. Our mission is to protect the harmony of the universe, and that includes protecting this planet from your darkness.
You can't stop me! I'm inevitable!
The shadow creature launched waves of dark energy, but Iwan and Owamo easily repelled them, maintaining an opposing presence in the midst of battle. Every blow of Iwan and Owamo resonated with the force of creation, while the creature struggled more and more desperately.
The darkness can be a challenge, but our determination's unwavering. We'll not let you destroy this planet.
Your power may be formidable, but it cannot equal the eternal light of the universe.
The battle continued with Iwan and Owamo and the shadow creature facing off in an epic clash between light and dark. In the midst of the struggle, Father Zeno silently watched from his kingdom, perceived the magnitude of the conflict. With an imperceptible gesture, he decided to intervene, taking Iwan and Owamo to a mental plane where they could confront the shadow creature in a terrain beyond the physical. In a flash of dazzling light, Owamo and Iwan were transported to an ethereal realm, where the laws of the universe twisted and blurred.
Where are we, Iwan?
We have entered the realm of the mind, a place where reality is molded according to the will of the observer. Here the real battle be fought in the deepest corners of our being.
While Owamo and Iwan were transported to a mental plane by Father Zeno, the shadow creature continued its fierce assault against the warriors of Thraxis Nocturn. Turles, Bardock, Raditz, Frieza, and Cooler, the most powerful warriors on the planet, rose up against the darkness that threatened to consume their home. The shadow creature, imbued with a dark and malevolent aura, hovered over them with an overwhelming presence. He distorted his energy, enveloping everything around him, tearing reality itself apart, and threatening to plunge the planet into an abyss of chaos.
We won't let you destroy our home, shadow monster.
We, the warriors of Thraxis Nocturn, are not afraid of the dark.
We have faced much greater dangers than you, creature.
We will fight together to protect our world.
The shadow creature launched a powerful dark attack towards the warriors, but they responded with relentless ferocity. Turles, his eyes shining with determination, unleashed a shower of destructive energy, summoning the very essence of nature to channel it in a torrent of energetic attacks. Their powerful attacks cut through the darkness with devastating precision, creating dazzling explosions that lit up the planet's night sky. Bardock, with his fiery ki and indomitable spirit, channeled his energy into a powerful attack. His fists were burning with a searing intensity as he launched a concentrated burst of energy towards the shadow creature, challenging its strength with its own. Bardock's attack resonated with the determination of an invincible warrior, willing to give everything for the protection of his world. Raditz and Cooler, united in battle, joined in a coordinated assault on the shadow creature. With fluid and coordinated movements, they launched bursts of energy from different angles, creating a barrier of attacks that surrounded their enemy. The shadow creature struggled to defend itself against the combined onslaught of the two powerful warriors, but its resistance was challenged by the determination and skill of Raditz and Cooler. Meanwhile, Frieza, with his golden form glowing with a golden aura, was preparing to unleash his full power against the shadow creature. His eyes shone with a cold and calculated determination as he focused his energy on a devastating attack. With a graceful and precise movement, Frieza unleashed a burst of golden energy that swirled with unparalleled destructive power, threatening to envelop the shadow creature in a mantle of fire and destruction. The battle escalated as the warriors of Thraxis Nocturne bravely faced the darkness that threatened their world. Every blow, every burst of energy echoed through space, creating a spectacle of destruction and determination. Meanwhile, on the mental plane, Owamo and Iwan were engaged in a metaphysical struggle against Father Zeno, an omnipotent entity whose presence radiated an aura of indescribable power. Iwan and Owamo, aware of the gravity of the situation, desperately sought the intervention of Father Zeno to counter the threat of the shadow creature. However, to their surprise, Father Zeno solemnly informed them that they could not intervene directly, since the balance of the universe had to be kept intact even in times of crisis. Owamo and Iwan, although unhappy with Father Zeno's decision, understood the importance of respecting the laws of the cosmos. With determination, they plunged even deeper into the metaphysical struggle, using all their ingenuity and power to find a solution to the crisis unfolding in Thraxis Nocturn. As a confrontation on the mental plane reached its climax, Akumo and Ewin found themselves face to face with the imposing Father Zeno. His figure radiated an indisputable authority, but also an aura of mystery that aroused restlessness in the Ewin and Akumo. Akumo, with his usual serenity, broke the tense silence that filled the ethereal space. "Father Zeno," he began in a firm but respectful tone, "could it be you that... Were you the one who sent the shadow creatures to destroy the planets?" Father Zeno, with an unflappable expression, nodded slowly. "I did it for the good of the universe," he replied calmly. Although his voice resonated with a power that shook Ewin and Akumo, sometimes drastic measures must be taken to preserve the cosmic balance. Ewin, with a flash of indignation in his eyes, could not contain himself anymore. "But that doesn't justify the chaos and destruction you've unleashed!" he exclaimed, his voice echoing with unshakable determination. "There are other ways to restore balance without resorting to violence and darkness." Father Zeno observed the god of destruction and his angel with a penetrating gaze, as if he were evaluating their words and their posture. "Your compassion is admirable, but sometimes it's necessary to sacrifice a few pieces to save the entire board," he said in an enigmatic tone. Akumo and Ewin exchanged determined glances. Although they respected Father Zeno's authority, they knew that they had to follow their own principles and convictions. With courage, they prepared to challenge the omnipotent being in front of them, willing to fight for what they believed was right, even if it meant facing the divinity itself. The air on the mental plane was charged with tension, as Akumo and Ewin prepared to face Father Zeno. Their divine auras collided in a show of titanic forces, as Ewin and Akumo prepared to challenge the Supreme Being in front of them. Akumo, with his heavenly book in hand, looked at Father Zeno with determination. "Father Zeno, although we respect your authority, we cannot allow you to continue with this destruction," he stated firmly. "We'll fight for peace and balance in the universe, even if it means standing up to you." Father Zeno, with an impenetrable calm, nodded in recognition. "Your courage is admirable, but you will not be able to stop me," he replied calmly. "The fate of the universe is in my hands, and I'll do whatever it takes to preserve its balance." Without further words, the battle began with a burst of divine energy. Akumo unleashed his celestial power, summoning rays of light that he threw against Father Zeno, while Ewin threw waves of energy with determination. However, Father Zeno showed impressive resilience, deflecting every attack with surprising ease. The fight went on for what seemed like an eternity, with Ewin and Akumo and Father Zeno trading punches and counterpunches in a cosmic dance of power and skill. Every movement was imbued with a supernatural force, while the mental plane trembled under the intensity of his conflict. However, as time passed, Akumo and Ewin began to feel the weight of their opponent. Father Zeno's power was overwhelming, and every blow Ewin and Akumo received weakened them even more. Despite their bravery and determination, it seemed that they were fighting against an impossible-to-defeat force. Akumo, panting from the effort, looked at his companion with concern. "Ewin, we can't go on like this," he admitted sincerely. "Father Zeno's too powerful for us." Ewin, though exhausted, nodded determinedly. "I know, Akumo, but we can't give up," he replied firmly. "We must keep fighting, for Thraxis Nocturn, and for all beings in the universe." With a final effort, Ewin and Akumo gathered their forces to launch a final attack against Father Zeno. However, the Supreme Being easily overcame them, deflecting his power with a contemptuous gesture. Father Zeno looked at Ewin and Akumo with a mixture of admiration and regret.
"They're brave, but their struggle has come to an end," he solemnly declared. "Accept your defeat and let fate take its course." With a resigned sigh, Akumo and Ewin surrendered to Father Zeno's overwhelming strength. Although they had fought with all their heart and soul, they knew that they could not defeat the Supreme Being in front of them. Father Zeno, with a compassionate look, looked at them benevolently. "Rest now, my brave creations," he said gently. "His bravery will be remembered throughout the universe." Father Zeno, with an unflappable expression, extended his hand towards the exhausted Ewin and Akumo. In an instant, a powerful burst of cosmic energy emanated from his palm, enveloping Akumo and Ewin in a dazzling radiance.
Iwan and Awamo screamed in agony as Father Zeno's energy enveloped them, feeling every fiber of their being torn apart under the relentless power of the Supreme Being. Their bodies, imbued with divine light, were slowly consumed in the maelstrom of energy, fading little by little into the ether of the cosmos. Awamo and Iwan fought with all their might to resist the cataclysm that engulfed them, but it was useless. The power of Father Zeno surpassed them in every respect, and they were soon reduced to mere shadows of their former glory. With the last gasp, Awamo and Iwan exploded, leaving body parts all over the mental space, dissipating into cosmic nothingness while their essence merged with the universe. At that precise moment, we return to the earthly plane, where the fierce battle between the most powerful warriors of Thraxis Nocturn and the shadow creature was reaching its climax. Bursts of energy and thunderous crashes echoed in the air, while Bardock, in the middle of the combat, glimpsed Awamo and Iwan, who were lying unconscious on the ground, enveloped in a halo of divine light. Surprise and dismay were reflected on the faces of the warriors, who momentarily stopped their frantic struggle upon realizing the situation. Bardock, his eyes wide open, watched in horror as Iwan and Awamo's bodies began to shake, emanating flashes of energy that increased in intensity with each passing second. A tense silence enveloped the battlefield as everyone watched the scene in disbelief. Suddenly, a heart-rending explosion echoed in the air, making the earth and sky tremble. Bardock and the other warriors were thrown back by the force of the explosion, protecting themselves as best as they could from the shockwave that was spreading around them. When the afterglow of the explosion faded, what was left was a smoking crater where Awamo and Iwan once stood. The warriors slowly stood up, stunned by what they had just witnessed, as the shadow creature, now shrouded in an even denser darkness, prepared to lash out again before the protecting warriors of Thraxis Nocturn. Bardock clenched his fist determinedly, feeling a mixture of sadness and fury burn inside him. He knew that they must continue the fight, not only for the honor of their planet, but also in memory of the brave fallen guardians. With a war cry, the warriors rushed into combat again, determined to avenge the loss of their comrades and protect their home from the darkness that threatened to consume it. After the devastating explosion that killed Awamo and Iwan, the warriors of Thraxis Nocturn gathered in a circle, still stunned by what had happened. Bardock, with a gloomy look, broke the silence with a grave tone.
Damn it! What the hell just happened?
Turles, frowning, shook his head in disbelief.
I don't know, but we can't let this sacrifice be in vain. We need to get this thing over with once and for all.
Raditz, with his fist clenched, furiously nodded determinedly.
You're right! Awamo and Iwan gave their lives to protect this planet. We cannot disappoint his sacrifice.
Frieza, with his usual impassive expression, spoke in a cold and calculated tone.
The death of Iwan and Awamo should not be in vain. We must unite and concentrate our efforts on defeating that shadow creature.
Cooler, with a serious look, added determinedly,
We are facing an unprecedented threat, but if we fight together, we can overcome it. Let's do it for the honor of Thraxis Nocturn, for the legacy of our brave comrades.
Bardock nodded solemnly, his jaw tense with determination.
So, are we in agreement? We'll fight together until the end and avenge our fallen.
The warriors nodded in agreement, sharing a look of determination and unity. With their hearts filled with determination, they prepared to face once again the darkness that threatened their home. As the warriors prepared to face the shadow creature again, a fierce determination burned in their hearts. Turles, feeling the energy of the battle, was the first to unleash his power.
It's time to show them our true power!
With a powerful scream, Turles wrapped himself in an aura of energy. Her dark hair turned golden and her eyes shone with a dazzling intensity. The energy of the Super Saiyan emanated from his being, infusing strength and determination into his entire being. Raditz, inspired by Turtle's example, followed suit.
It's my turn!
With a burst of energy, Raditz's dark hair bristled, turning golden just like his brother's. His ki increased dramatically, emanating a commanding presence that filled the battlefield. Seeing the transformation of his comrades, Bardock also joined the fray.
I can't stay behind!
With a battle cry, Bardock unleashed all his power. His fiery aura enveloped him in a higher golden glow. His energy increased to astronomical levels, propelling him towards a higher form of his race. Frieza, observing the transformation of the Saiyans, did not want to be left behind.
The time has come to show my true strength.
With a burst of energy, Frieza transformed into his golden form of maximum power similar to 100% full power, his body radiating a golden glow. His power multiplied several times, turning him into an unstoppable force that rivaled the sunlight itself. Cooler, feeling the energy surrounding him, decided to join the fight with all his might.
It's time to unleash my true potential.
With a flash of energy, Cooler transformed into his metallic form, his body glowing with a metallic luster. His stamina and power increased exponentially, making him an invincible force that would defy even the gods. With their transformations complete, the warriors of Thraxis Nocturn once again faced the shadow creature with renewed determination and a power that eclipsed any darkness. In the skies of Thraxis Nocturne, the battle continued as the transformed warriors faced off against the shadow creature, a being whose dark power threatened to devour everything in its path. With each of the warriors unleashing their full potential, the cosmos trembled under the force of their epic showdown. The golden aura of Turles, Raditz, and Bardock, combined with the imposing presence of Frieza and Cooler in their transformed forms, formed a dazzling spectacle in the night sky. Energy flickered around them, lighting up the darkness with golden and silver flashes as they prepared for the final showdown. The shadow creature, sensing his power of his adversaries, emanated a rumbling roar that echoed through the planet. His dark form seemed to twist and distort as he prepared for the final assault.
It's time to end this once and for all!
With a battle cry, Turles lunged forward. His speed increased by his Super Saiyan form. The shadow creature responded with an onslaught of dark energy, but Turles nimbly dodged it, moving with astonishing speed across the battlefield. Raditz and Bardock followed Turles' lead, attacking with relentless ferocity. Their blows echoed in the air, each one charged with the strength of his determination and the desire to protect his home planet. The shadow creature's attacks were swift and fierce, but the Saiyans deftly dodged them, responding with even more powerful blows.
Father, let's keep the pressure on this thing. We can't let it destroy our home.
I know. We're not going to allow this monster to destroy Thraxis Nocturne. Our power is more than enough to end it.
That's right. You taught us to fight with courage and determination. We'll not back down before this creature is destroyed.
Take this!
The shadow creature dodged Bardock's attack with agility, launching its counterattack with its sharp claws.
Careful, Father!
Don't worry about me. I'm more than ready for this.
And take this too!
Raditz's attacks hit the shadow creature hard, but it quickly recovered and counterattacked with a surge of dark energy.
Damn, this thing's tougher than I thought.
We can't give up now. Our planet depends on us.
You're right. Let's show you what we're capable of.
The two Saiyans launched into the air attack once more with renewed determination. Their blows echoed in the air, each one charged with the strength of his determination and the desire to protect his home planet. The shadow creature, although resistant, was overcome by the ferocity of the Saiyans. Turles, with his golden hair flowing behind him, launched a quick series of precise punches, each one carrying with it the power of his transformation into Super Saiyan. His movements were fluid and graceful, as if he were dancing around his enemy, dodging every attack with impressive agility.
There's no escape for you, monster! Your darkness can't compete with the power of the Super Saiyan!
With a battle cry, Turles lashed out at the shadow creature, striking with overwhelming force. Every blow resounded in the air, shaking the battlefield with its power. The shadow creature was fighting desperately, but its attack seemed weak compared to Turles' ferocity. Meanwhile, Raditz and Bardock were continuing their assault on the shadow creature. Their attacks were coordinated and precise, each complementing the other in a deadly dance of destruction. The shadow creature found itself increasingly cornered, unable to cope with the combined might of the Saiyans.
Come on, Father. We know we can stop this thing.
I know, Raditz. Let's keep pushing until there's nothing left of this creature.
With renewed determination, the two Saiyans redoubled their efforts, launching a series of devastating attacks against the shadow creature. Each blow echoed in the air, carrying with it the weight of his determination and the desire to protect his home planet. Frieza and Cooler were watching the battle intently from a distance, their cold gazes evaluating every move of the Saiyans and the shadow creature. As the fight intensified, they noticed with increasing concern how the shadow creature began to gain more strength, releasing a dark energy that threatened to destabilize this situation.
It seems that the things are getting more complicated than I expected.
Yes, the shadow creature seems to be gaining ground. If we don't intervene soon, we could face an even more dangerous situation. With a cold determination, Frieza and Cooler exchanged a glance before heading towards the battlefield. His presence made itself felt immediately. His overbearing aura flooded the area as they prepared to face the shadow creature.
Looks like we need to intervene before things get out of control.
I agree. We cannot allow the shadow creature to wreak more havoc on our planet. With surprising speed, Frieza and Cooler launched into action, deploying all the power in an effort to contain the shadow creature. His attacks were precise and devastating, each blow carrying with it the weight of his determination and the desire to protect his home. However, the shadow creature was not going to be easily defeated. With a thunderous scream, he split into 4 separate beings, each one darker and more malevolent than the last. The earth trembled under their weight as they advanced towards the warriors, ready to unleash their fury on them.
It seems that this creature has more tricks up its sleeve than we thought.
It doesn't matter, we have our own tricks. Well guys, don't forget to subscribe to my Patreon, in which you will have news and exclusive contents about the manga, and even chapters and vinaigrettes about which you will first see everything that can happen in the next chapter. Hey insects, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications if you don't want to be eliminated by me, the Prince of the Saiyan.
Lord Vegeta, you forgot to mention the subscription to your Patreon to have exclusive manga content in advance. Is that right, Lord Vegeta?
You're right, Whis. Don't forget to become a member of my Patreon to have much more exclusive content and news about the various manga that will be coming to the channel. Become a member or you'll be destroyed! Final Flash!